Hello. Ooh, I need to update my schedule. So schedule's a little changed this week. No Thursday stream because of work stuff, so I'll be doing special stream on Wednesday instead. Arcade Spirits, the new challengers. It comes out on Friday, but I've got a promo code for it, so I'll be doing it on Wednesday. So specific day, 25th. Yes, so that will be happening, and then we will see how it goes as to whether I do a stream on Friday. I might. Or yeah. And I am now unsure as to when AI the Nirvana files are out, because one page of TA says the 8th of July and one page says the 24th of June. So yeah. So I don't know, and Hitman is annoying, is my other thing to say. However, that has nothing to do with the game we're playing today. I bought this game a while ago, and I've been meaning to stream it, and I just didn't get around to it. So, what if the 1983 video game marketing crash never happened? Set in 20XX, Arcade Spirits is a visual novel romantic comedy with a different history, where arcade still reigns supreme as the ultimate place to play. So, it's basically story time with video games. Just getting my game ready. I bought this game, so I don't have to thank anyone, but I mean, P-Cube are the publishers. Hi, Kai! And they have given me a code out of the blue to stream the second one, so I'm going to thank them anyway for doing this. Fiction Factory Games is the developer, P-Cube the publisher. Yay, P-Cube. And I'm cooking a casserole, which is why I was slightly late starting, and it is hot in here. But I can't open the outside door because it's hot in there. And I forgot to bring my fan through. Should I go get my fan? I think I should, because otherwise I'm just going to be complaining I'm hot the entire time. There's 26 degrees in here. So bear with me for 1 minute. I'm just going to go get a fan. You've never played them, but you're a fan of the cat. Socks on the floor. I am usually... No, that's a lie. I'm usually more organised than this. I'm really not. I'm never organised. Yes, so Arcade Spirits. It looks really cool. And I wish I'd started it sooner, so we could have more of the first game before I started the second game. The second game is standalone, but you can import your first game save file to have cameos from the characters, which is really cool. So it doesn't matter if I haven't finished the story in this one before I do the one on Wednesday. That made very little difference to the lighting. So, ooh, prizes. Ooh. Ooh, there's prizes. Ooh. You can do things and get prizes. Excellent. Textbook style neon. Hell yes. Normal. Forward. Skip. I don't really want to skip. Let's turn the music up. Turn the effects up. Ooh, it might actually not be... Turn the voice up. Voiceover, dialogue, quips. Oh, those look like the Chivos. That's a good point. Well, I can still get excited because they're called, you know. Right, so it has voiceover. But that's okay. It's story time where I don't have to read the story. There's a documentary? No, Joe, don't look at the documentary at the beginning of the game. You look at it at the end of the game, when you played the game. Right, so I'm just going to turn up the volume because I don't know what it's going to start with. Oh, it's the Matrix! Okay. And now, because the fan's on, I don't know whether it's talking. I don't think it's talking, so it might be the computer. That's okay. Right. Database system online. New profile detected. Analyzing. Analyzing. Oh, that's the menu. New profile 237771. Economic bracket, lower middle. Employment category, bleak. Current emotional health rating, low. Oh dear God, please don't be very prescient. Yeah. You were just watching The Matrix. Cool. The new one or the original? I haven't seen the new one yet. I really want to. Ideal candidate for premium level assistance. Proceed. It's the original. It's on TV. Negative. Oh no. I'm not eligible for assistance. Ow. Got a hole in my finger. I'm really liking the pink Matrix. Premium level assistance. Re-requested. Proceed. Pretty please? Overriding denial of assistance. Establishing premium services for profile 237771. Justification. Hope. Hope should be rewarded. Spirit must be restored. Now compiling personal metadata. Oh my gosh, I can pick my character. First name Ari, last name Kate. I'm fine with that. Ari Cade. Height, hairstyle, short. Skin tone. Do we make them pasty white like me? Okay, well, we'll try and make it a vague representation of me. We want to like a orangey eye color. Brun clothing color. Perps, obviously. There we go. That looks like me, right? That's cool. Name. Arikada. Pronoun. They. Is this correct? Yes, that's correct. Premium level assistance for profile 237771. Arikada has been activated. No, it was a joke. I always wanted reddish hair, so. For the sake of their hopes and dreams. The following is a work of fiction or reference to trademark classic arcade game titles are used in denominative fair use and should not be considered an endorsement by their publishers or creators. Winners don't use drugs. Oh, you meant the cut. Well, it was short, medium, or long, so, you know. 2019, yes, because Joe is behind him playing all the games. Do you know offhand when AR Nirvana Files is out? Because I've got 2 conflicting dates. I want it to be out next week, but it might not be. Because then I can play it during the bank holiday weekend. But if not, we'll just nonnery. Because we've got the epic long second game to play. It is the future year 20XX. A dark era in which mankind is pushed to the brink of catastrophe. Woe be to the human race plagued by evil, terrifying, utterly sinister. I thought this was meant to be a work of fiction. There we go. Plaster on my hole so my finger will bend now. There's a boo-boo. I got a boo-boo. Oh. My niece had a boo-boo yesterday. She accidentally shut a finger in the door. I did that when I was her age. It does not feel good. I don't know. Robots, maybe? Evil robots? How's that work? Yeah. No, sorry. Okay. The future year 20XX is pretty much what you'd expect it to be. Non-flying cars, smartphones, pro-gamer celebs. Internet trolls, personal assistant AI, cheese-flavoured snack food. Cheese. Gotta love me some cheese. But even with such wonders as 20XX holds, to date I've had no part in them. I've worked as a dishwasher, a shoe salesperson, and a lifeguard for the local community pool. Don't care what era of human history you live in, kiddies, peeing in the pool is pretty much a constant thing. Trust me on this one. As for the bustling metropolis of a 24-hour neon utopia you see here, my little corner of it isn't nearly as shiny and cool. Let me show you. Behold my quaint little apartment. It's cute. Just needs a couple of video game posters on the wall. Kitchen looks really clean. Okay, wall's a bit cracked, but it's not too bad. Needs a fluffy rug, maybe some more stuffed toys and some video game posters. Quite a little cozy nook. Can't complain really, it's paradise in a relative sense. Only pay half the rent, neighbourhood stabbings have been down this year, also my roomie picks up any stray socks or shirts I leave lying around. In fact, as things go, I'm living large compared to most of my family tree. Or at least I was, before today.
You got fired from another job? Seriously? Seriously?
Is that loud enough?
3 jobs since we left the suburbs.
Is the balance of music, me, and the voices good? It's hard to tell. I can turn the music down slightly and turn the voices up. I should be better at reading the sound waves. Game could be louder. Okay, let me do options. Right, so we turn the music down, voice up, save that, and then plonk this up here. Okay, let me know how this goes. The horrified young woman there would be my roommate and childhood friend, Juniper. Juniper's the one who spearheaded this effort to co-rent an apartment. She's also the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job. Like, you know, today.
I don't get why you aren't more upset about this. I'm upset. I'm upset on your behalf. Come on, share the load a little, okay?
Pool's closed, Juniper. Not much I can do about that. Why get upset? Because you actually enjoyed that job. More than you enjoyed dishwashing soap and smelly socks, at the very least. Okay, she has little rabbits on the top of her socks, and that's adorable. And why did it suddenly stop speaking? I'm not the complaining sort. These things just happen. Things fall apart, the centre does not hold. That's a bit morbidly poetic, isn't it? No, I mean the community centre literally fell apart and the pool won't hold water anymore. Whatever, I'll just get the job. Any job will do as long as we can make the rent, right? Wrong. I saw how mopey and tired you were, coming home every night from those other crappy jobs. It's when you got back from the pool each day, I sometimes caught you smiling.
What's the point of us moving away from home if not to get away from all of that? I mean, we both left that town so we could try to find happiness, right? I just want us to be happy. Both of us.
Okay, I love her. She's awesome. I thought you hated your job.
Come on.
No deflecting. This is about you. Sorry, just need to make the music go slightly more down. Just to balance with the voices. It's just a little bit too loud for me. It's made up. We're going to find you a job that's not just as good, if not better, than the lifeguarding job. Let's start from the top. What's your dream? Well, I'm standing in front of a class to give a speech, and I forgot to put on my pants, and, your dream job. Oh. I don't know, Juniper. I've never really given it any serious thought.
I've got it!
Oh, hey, I think I've just got I think I've got just the thing to help you out. Juniper pulls out her phone, rapidly tapping an unlock code onto the glass before pointing out a little pink icon. It's a virtual life coach app. Mine keeps me from being late to meetings. Totally free too. My cousin introduced it to me. Wasn't he the guy who ended up in the ER after making a homemade flamethrower? It's very loud music. I want the voices to be loud, but the music is too loud compared to the voices. Right. It would have worked if he got the fuel mixture in his water gun, right? Anyway, I'm sending a copy to you now. I just got a pop-up an hour ago offering me 500 points for just recommending it for to a friend. Great timing, huh? Well, as long as... Oh. Well, we'll see. You're earning points, I guess. At least give it a try, okay? Maybe it can point you at some good jobs. One with less socks and or urine. I'll think about it. Okay, but don't think about it too long, right? In the end, I installed the app. Couldn't bear to see Juniper fretting over me like that. Now I have no music. Not that I find it annoying, I mean, it's more that she has enough trouble in her life without troubling herself over my life too. Both of us had it rough, up to and through the point where we left home to try and start a new life. A better one. She deserves better than me and my problems. Bless her heart, she means well. She's been firmly in my corner for all my life, the two of us against any dark forces aligning against me. But that's not to say she's good at being my advocate. Enthusiastic, yes, but skilled? Nah. Typically, the fantastic opportunities and self-help resources she send my way, pyramid schemes or something. She's gung-ho about lending me a helping hand, but yeah. So the main reason I went ahead and installed the app was to make sure Juniper wasn't about to get her kidneys sold on the black market or something. Still, no sense messing around with it now. A good night's rest would act as a neat little emotional reset button, right? Right? Yeah, I had no sound for myself, so I don't know when the sound's coming back. No dreams, no nightmares, just 8 hours of sweet, sweet black. By the time morning light leaked in through the cracks in the blinds, I didn't care any more about being unemployed again. Juniper had already left to catch a bus to her office. She typically leaves before dawn, but she'd left a note for me pinned to the tiny fridge we shared. Remember, download app. Find dream job, make money, sort your life out. I believe in you. So, moment of truth. Do I trust in Juniper's weird little app, or just go find some jobs that pays well enough to cover the bills? Give the weird little app a shot. Figuring at the very least a miracle app could possibly help me find a job, I loaded up, tapped the icon and...
Hello!
Huh? Okay, see, that's what I mean. Anybody else would freak out over a cute girl climbing out of their phone? Me? I went, huh. Also, it's one of those new kind of 3D screens, so, you know, not actually magical realism here. Very normal in the distant future year 20XX.
Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach. This is the ad-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums. Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime? Wow. Would you like to subscribe to Pizza Facts?
No,
Thank you
thanks.
for subscribing to Pizza Facts.
Great, but
I'm here to help you get your dream job, your dream house, and your dream partner. I'm here to make all your dreams come true.
I'm reminded of a quote that I read somewhere when someone was asked what their dream job was. Hi, welcome in. Yeah, Pizza Facts time. I mean, I'm all for Pizza Facts, but I did say no. But yes, I've been reminded of a quote I read somewhere. I don't know how, whether it's a real one or not, whether someone just came up with it. When asked about their dream job, someone replied, "I do not dream of labour." Which is fair enough. You know. I tried my dream job. It was a disaster, so your mileage may vary though. Pretty tall order for an app to do, or are you some kind of wish-granting genie? Well, I suppose in the modern parlance, a massively interconnected database searching virtual assistant could be considered a kind of genie in a bottle. But honestly, all I can do is give you the chance to improve your life. What you do with it is up to you. I can cross-reference search data for you, but without motivation, you won't get anywhere. I glanced up from my phone at the heaps of laundry and half-finished books and other items strewn about my apartment. Motivation is something I have a ton of, honest.
Hooray!
That's super! I'm really looking forward to working with you. Before we begin, do you have any questions? Sure, why should I use this app at all? I mean, my phone already had a voice-activated assistant AI. I can just say, "Hey phone, search the web for job listings," and it'll work just as well. But I have an advanced emotional language interpreter. I'm smarter than the average program with more heart. I can help you sort your life out by analysing your personality and finding you a perfect path in life. All thanks to my glorious, wondrous, patent-pending, super-duper identity identifier system. Between you and me, they really wanted an acronym that matched my name but couldn't figure out what to do with the letter R. Would you like to know more? Sure, give me the sales pitch. Every time you think about saying something, I can tag it with an identity. That way we can be the sort of person you want to be. This system allows me to better understand who you are and what you need from life. I do this by analysing your tone, inflection and word choice. Okay. I can spot 5 different identity identifiers in your response. Okay, sorry. The music needs to have one more jot between those two. I don't want it off. I just need it to be less loud. There we go. For some reason, that will now turn it off until the next bit of music starts, but it's just very loud compared to the voice. There's also these partially voiced ones. It's great. I love that they've got voice actors to do stuff. It's just then when I try and match the voice, and I'm not good at it. I can spot 5 different identity identifiers in your responses to people. Quirky, steady, kindly, gutsy, and basically. Sounds to me like your programmers also wanted a bunch of things ending in Y. That's correct, my branding game is on point. Quirky responses use jokes, snark, and sarcasm to make light of a situation. Just a thing for picking up someone's spirit, but a badly timed joke may not win over the room. Steady responses are sincere, honest, and logical. When you stop and think before speaking, you're on steady ground, but that might not take someone's feelings into account. Kindly responses are compassionate and empathetic and gentle in nature. They're careful with the feelings of others, but they're sometimes a bit wishy-washy as a result. Gutsy responses go with your gut. When you're brash, bold, risk-taking, and instinctive, you're gutsy. But it also means being blunt and confrontational and aggressive, so be careful. Lastly, you can always take a basically option. It's a balanced and neutral response, safely moving the conversation along while learning more and digging deeper. Over time, I'll build up a personality profile for you based on the identity identifiers as detected in your speech. Maybe you'll be predominantly quirky, genuinely steady, a mix of both. Who knows? It's up to you. So what you're saying is I should always try and crack jokes or be super gutsy. Oh, and never speak basically. I mean, being basic's bad, right? Sounds bad.
Nope.
No. And there we go. Still quite loud. They're all useful in the right context. I just don't want it drowning out my voice, and it feels like with the sound level that it is. I mean, I've got the lowest level of music and it does not seem to be respecting it. So, yeah. But it's a 3-year-old game, so, you know. Quirks and stuff like this. So, well, hopefully they've ironed out all the quirks for the next game, which we'll play on Wednesday. But yes, so far, intrigued. I am intrigued. See how far we can get through the story. Heck no, they're all useful in the right context. There are no bad choices. Consider what you say and go with what feels right in the moment. Don't limit yourself. Sure, you could gamify your personality, but it's more fun to let it happen naturally, you know? Just be you. Yeah, basically isn't bad. I mean, finding out more information to me is a good thing, but my brain works differently, so... and they're changing it for the next game. Ooh, I haven't read anything about the next game beyond... It stands alone, so I don't need to have finished this one. I can import the save from this one for cameos, and it's about pro gaming, like, group, team. So I haven't read anything about how the mechanics are changing. But I thought, if I do this for a few hours before I do the other one, then I can compare them. So yeah. Now let's see my patent pending identity identifier system in action. How do you feel about the jokes? Oh my god. I love dad jokes. Hi jokes, I'm Dad. Seriously? Seriously? Hey, I never said I was good at dad jokes, just that I could go for them. No, I appreciate sharing information, but yeah, no, I haven't. I kind of like going into promo games fresh, with no preconceptions. I will check for content warnings and mechanics, because I'm not a first-person shooter type person. But yeah, it's like, try not to get... It's not so much spoiled, it's just I like to give a genuine reaction for my first stream. And you don't get more genuine than having no clue what's going on and finding out. Yeah. But yes. Hello? Oh, it's an interesting username. Hit people. Where's that come from? Is it something, does it stand for something, or is it just a random phrase that you got allocated? So now that you've seen the identity indicators in action, do you want to see the indicators like that, so that you can make an informed decision? If not, I can hide the indicators, keep it a surprise. Way it doesn't influence your decision making, it's up to you. I'd like to see them, because I want to go with my gut, and then see what that would go with. Because maybe I can analyse my personality at the same time. Okay, you'll see all indicators in all their glorious colour. Ah, the hit people guy. Fair enough. It's really cool. What if I'm colourblind? That's why they're so uniquely shaped icons. Don't worry, I got your back. It gets plus 100 points for thinking about accessibility and building it into the gameplay. That is fucking awesome. Anyway, as we go along, I'll identify and tally your identity identifiers. In fact, let me show you now.
Good work.
What do you look at that? Such a strong personality. Excellent. I have 100 points. Whew. I don't know how that's going to work. But yeah, it's fun. Visual novel as a game. I guess that maybe the personality choices you make influence like conversation options and how the story goes. You asked me a single question. Off to a great start, I'd say. And hang on, you're scoring me? Did you say not to gamify my personality? Hey, I said you shouldn't. I'm an app. I think in numbers, so I gotta gamify it a little. Anyway, studies show that achievements, or chivos as the kids say. I mean, I say that, I'm not a kid. Encourage app engagement. Okay, well, what's with the emphasis placed on the left? Oh, I also track vocal responses from people you meet. Once you get to know some folks, I'll let you know how well you're getting along with them over there. Relationship scores. Wonderful, and something I wish existed in real life. So will you also tell me what the correct responses are to avoid making enemies, or do I need to go find a walkthrough for the vast game you're making of my daily life? Ari, you're looking at this the wrong way. Generally, people won't get super annoyed at you unless you deliberately and repeatedly provoke them. It'll be obvious when you're doing that. I promise that if you bungle a few social encounters, it won't really hurt anything. No cheating needed, just relax and have fun. How many is a few? And can I have one of these in my life? You can access your scorecard at any time you want with the up button. And that's everything. Okay, but how is any of that supposed to help me get a job? I only downloaded this app because my roommate claims you're a great life coach for the unemployed. What good will taking the quiz off the back of a supermarket checkout rack magazine have to do with that?
Why, it'll help me understand your spirit, of course.
You can talk to ghosts? Is there a ghost in the room right now? Am I a ghost? You have to tell me if I'm a ghost. That's the rule.
No, silly. I mean your spirit. Your hopes and dreams. Your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
Romance? Seriously? Seriously? Often you can find your soulmate and your dream job in the same place. Oh, that's a recipe for disaster. But if you'd rather focus on gainful employment for now, that's fine too. Workplace dating? Yeah. Said that! Workplace dating? It's a recipe for a disaster, and hitting on co-workers right from day one can be kinda awkward. Or am I looking for love and ready to start right out of the gate? Never get the second chance to make a first impression. You meet the right person, why put it off? How do I want to handle this new opportunity? Okay, sure, I'm open to the possibility of putting you on nice romance with flirty first impressions. Let's stay focused. I'll play it cool on day one at least. Romance without flirty first impressions. I'm just not interested in romance, Iris. No romance, just friendships. I'm not sure about this. If I tell Iris I'm not interested, that means no romance whatsoever in my future. Planning a friendship. Is that really what I want? Yes, I'm not interested in romance. A-road. Yeah, that's not really my priority. I'd rather you not try and matchmake with anyone on now in the future, okay? Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have assumed. Duly noted for your personal metadata. And besides, it's not like you won't be building friendships and social connections. I'm plenty of help on that front, I promise you. Okay, sounds good. Now let's get started. To finish analysing your personal history, please authorise me to read your social media feeds and personal information metadata. I knew it. I knew it. This is some kind of scam. I'm gonna wake up in a bathtub of ice missing a kidney. Yes. I mean, so far this game has nailed it with the character creation, with the pronoun options, the colorblind stuff. The music not respecting my level is irritating me, but that's fine. And yeah, it's like there's definitely had someone who knows what they're doing developing this game, or reviewing, or being advising on this game. Huh. You can help you register as an autogum donor.
That command or file name?
Oh, you were being sarcastic. Sorry, I haven't quite finished analysing your personality. I couldn't tell. Relax, I won't share your information with any third parties. This is strictly so I can find your dream job. Am I authorised? Another wonderful Juniper recommendation here. Just like the 17 self-help books on my shelf. Still, 18th time's the charm, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
Analysing. elevator music. So, do I just stand here, or...?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for waiting. I've identified your dream job and arranged an interview. 30 minutes from now. Please put on some nice clothes. Nicer than those, please. I don't think that's too much to ask. For your interview, silly, you want to look your best. 30 minutes is not enough time to prepare. But we just... Oh, okay. How did you land my dream job in 20 seconds flat? Simple. I am awesome like that. Now get to move on. Tut, tut, tut. You need to catch the 8:20 bus, and that's 9 minutes away. At this point, my brain shuts down and goes, but I need to pee 7 times, and I don't know what I should wear because I don't know what type of job it is, and also, do I need to take food? Drink? I haven't had drink. I've got a headache. Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Do I need a coat? What's the weather going to be like? And that's 9 minutes, and then I missed my bus. Well, this is happening. But I do have a choice to get off this runaway train. No one says I have to obey my new digital fairy godmother. I could delete the app and go find a real job. That'd be the safest option. I could... no. Go on. Try it. A normal person, someone with high standards, would have deleted the app right there, rather than hop a bus to meet up for... We're very likely men with sharp knives and a taste for kidneys. For me, I was already getting dressed before she finished that sentence. It's not that I believe the silly app's claims it's serving my hopes and dreams on a silver platter. Honestly, I expected another shoe salesman job at best. I mean, that's not going to be your dream job, though. Oh well. I mean... choose to trust in the science. What is my dream anyway? I mean, yeah. I think at this point it's like fight or flight. What the hell, let's do this. Juniper's right. I need to get my life in gear, so what's the harm in diving into something this wacky? It's one of those things, it's like don't have enough time to think about it, so therefore it's either do it or don't do it. At this point, what do we have to lose? Okay, there could be a lot of harm granted, but the alternative is to mope around our apartment for weeks, then he got to go get a job anyway. So I thought, screw it, I'm in on this runaway train, let's see how far it goes. And as I came to realise weeks later, turns out it was the best impulsive decision I've ever made. X. The bus drops me off, oddly enough, not far from Juniper's office building, although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. This is, well, it's a strip mall. Not that kind of strip thing, I don't think. Strip malls are relics of 19XX, places where a random assortment of weird little businesses jam as many of themselves into as tight a space as possible. They're very handy. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore, an arcade, a fast food joint, and a boarded up health spa, once called Lattes and Enemas, which sounds,
Hey! Listen!
What do you think? I think that's two things no human should ever combine, and I think that reminds me of Greenwing. No, I mean about your future place of work. I am desperately hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Which one of these businesses exactly am I working at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or old books, and I'd rather not be a fry cook. The one in the middle, silly! Right behind the arcade. It is the arcade. Huh? Trust me on this, I've referenced and cross-referenced and cross-cross-referenced your personality details, personal history and social media connections. This is your dream job. I mean, yeah. My dream job, really?
99.97%.
I trust the numbers. I should probably explain my confusion. Arcades are a big business in the entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs, 5-star arcades are social hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But well, Restaurants are popular too, right? And for everyone who opens one hoping to be the next Iron Chef, a dozen more shut down in failure. Arcade competition is fierce. Paydays range from peanuts to gold, and sure, those who don't make it can secure fame and fortune, but those who make it can secure fame and fortune, but those who don't, well, no wonder Iris sees this as a dream job. Video games weren't always this popular, though. I read an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1980X, we narrowly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as a kid's toy fad like hula hoops. Oi! I love hula hoops. I have hula hoops in my cupboard. They don't mean the crisp. They mean hula hoops, like the exercise thing. It's just, they also are a really good packet of crisps. No mainstream acceptance. Yes, deep alternative history lore. This looks like the landfill where Major Nelson found a copy of the E.T. game that got thrown away. For instance, one of the factors could have been a terrible... literally. Could have been a terrible game based on an kids movie about a cute alien visitor who wants to phone home. E.T. game! If the game was completely poop butts, like poop from a butt, and massively overproduced, it had ruined video games for years. Really? They're blaming E.T. the game for ruining video games, and not the massive toxicity in the industry? Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed. That game was delayed until it could be developed properly, and the crash was averted. The crisis only exists in theory now. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like for people in the darkest timeline where everything went wrong. Are gamers considered nerds and outcasts? Are arcades vanishing points of nostalgia? The mind boggles. But make no mistake, as popular as they are, the arcade industry is a dodgy, risky prospect for a job. Plenty make a run at it, only to come up short. Considering Iris was tasked with getting me a job I'd enjoy and could keep more than a few months, this left me a bit confused. Iris? We are on the darkest timeline. Unfortunately, we are on the darkest timeline. That episode of Community, where Albert comes back with a pizza and everything's on fire. Iris, this saying no. It's an interesting prospect, but... I mean, are you sure about this? You say you're 99% sure.
99.97%.
Won't this be like my lifeguard job, though? Satisfying but short-lived. This arcade doesn't exactly look like a 5-star. It's no Deco's Palace, that's for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot inside an arcade in, Flashback! 15 years! How old are we? I remember enjoying arcades when I was a kid. I wonder why I stopped going to them. Iris interrupts that thought, eager to show off her homework.
My sources say yes.
Trust me, when I said I was 99.97% sure, I meant it. It's not just some arbitrary number. I'm designed to be a bit silly and whimsical, but my math is deadly serious. My code has made me to be the warm, personable friend of a database array that's currently laser-targeted on getting you exactly what you need, right here, right now. Right here, right now. And when this place inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job? What makes you think that's going to happen? Because it does. It always does. God, I feel this so hard right now. I don't think your database accounts for my family curse. We've always had to, I don't know, compromise, settle, because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. It's why I take things in stride these days. Does that mean you shouldn't even try? I open my mouth to protest, then close it. As often as my life tends to crumble out from under me, it's not like she was wrong. I still had to try. I mean, what the hell, why not? Buy the ticket, take the ride. But I told myself when I walked out the door this morning, wasn't it? No matter how risky, I owed it to myself to jump in with both feet. And when it came all crashing down, well, I'd recovered before, I'd recover again. Meanwhile, may as well take the opportunity in front of me. So, I opted to push on through those doors and see what waited for me on the other side. I want to meet one of the other colourful characters. Found the pink one. What colour are we getting next? The air conditioning hits me like a cool breeze, albeit one smelling of copper and corn chips. It's early in the morning on a weekday. It's not too packed with gamers, although it's so packed with games, they probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. Dance Dance Revolution! I'm so bad at that game, but I love it. And at once, I'm struck by something odd. I actually recognise most of these games. Neat! Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff here from the looks of it, like really old. Pine Shooters, Castle Crunch, something of disappointment, Snack Runner, Fast Cars 5, Showtime Stage. It's the Funplex. Although I don't recognise that game with the stage lights and things. Maybe it's karaoke or dancing, Japanese import.
My sources say yes.
Cheeking. That would be Showtime Stage, a collaboration of Nihana Heavy Industry Concern and Hubris Records in Germany. It's won a lot of awards. I recognise most of these. Whoa! Is that seriously a Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze? The one was... Oh, Fist of... It looks like Fist of Disappointment. Maybe it's Distrust? No. I don't know, Fist of something. But the one in the middle with the split screens is new to me. Oh, Discomfort. Well, I was trying to read the sideways squishy font, and it was going to tell me anyway. But thanks, people. Fist of Discomfort, a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat-em-up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of the esports scene for the last 8 years. Esports. That one at the back left is one of those basketball things. Hi, Mr. Corners! 2 genres I was utterly lousy at last time I checked. And over here is an old lady. Sorry, Mum. I was just talking to myself and had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, I don't even think she registered me calling her old. She looks up from her knitting, seated behind the ticket prize redemption desk, and offers a wrinkly smile.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
The what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear? Well, I chose to knock off the first 2 words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose. So, how can I help you, dear?
I mean, that just doesn't make sense to me. That sounds rude. I forget what star is. Gutsy. We're going with Gutsy. A genie in my phone set up a job interview for you. So what have we got? Yeah, that's Gutsy, I think. A magical space fairy or something that lives in my phone told me to come here to find my dream job.
Hello!
I'm a magical space fairy, apparently. I half expected her to send me packing. Pretty impulsive of me to just talk about Iris like that, but she took it in stride.
My, oh my.
My. They can do with technology these days. I really do marvel at what amazing things young people have in 20... Because that's what it did. Although I'd simply love to take a sledgehammer to those blasted video game consoles that eat at my bottom line. She said with such a kind-hearted and warm smile.
Please, call me Francine. As in, Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it?
Hi,
Actually,
Francine.
thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband. Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't be. He died doing what he loved. having intensely physical relations with me.
Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, honest, blunt. That's information I needed to know, yes. And you are? Arikada, Mum. Very well. Shall we retire to the office to conduct your interview? I'd carry it on out here, but it is rather noisy, isn't it? Yeah, how about that? How do you deal with the constant noise anyway? Oh, eventually you just sort of learn how to filter out all the bleeps and the boops. It can take weeks to become acclimated, I've found, but in the end... Done. She quirks an eyebrow. Oh, yeah, that's faster than the others. Not bad. Shall we see what you're made of? This way, please. Baby. Oh, so cute. Francine leads me down a back hallway past public restrooms. To a door marked employees only. Takes all my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy, he's been so overworked lately. Please have a seat and we'll begin. As quirky as this place and its owner might be, at least I'm confident that I can nail the interview portion of the proceedings. I've interviewed for 12 jobs and held down 3. I know all the standard questions. What are your greatest strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but the point is, I'm confident, prepared, ready.
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Ooh. Diplodocus or Triceratops. What?
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Okay, right. Maybe this wouldn't be a typical job interview after all. No problem. Go with the flow. Let's do this. No, not a T-Rex. Their arms are too short. None of my choices. I was like Diplodocus or Triceratops, and none of those came up. Okay. I mean, I don't enjoy salad. I also don't like the idea of flying, but I don't want to be a T-Rex. I mean, I can answer questions like that much better than I can what are my strengths and what's my weaknesses. Because that requires knowing myself. This is just dinosaurs are cool. Dinosaurs are awesome. I mean, also they're the 2 that I own in plush form. So... Leaky. We're choosing which dinosaur we would most like to be. My 2 go-tos are not options. That's apparently the empathetic option. That's the gutsy option, and this is the basic option. Never a T. Well, I already said no to T-Rex. Arms are too short. Wouldn't be able to scratch my nose. Well, Brontosaurus is probably the closest to Diplodocus, so we'll go with that. I've always liked Brontosaurus. If you're gonna go dino, go big or go home. It's not really a brutal meat eater. Indeed, and nothing says self-starting go-getter looking for a dynamic job position quite like a 16-ton slow-moving lump of meat. Reliable. I think you mean reliable. Right. Yeah, I should have gone with raptor. Everyone likes raptors. No, they're scary. And also, it wasn't an option.
What's your favorite snack?
Ooh. Hula hoops. Whispers. Sour Patch Kids. Really depends on my mood. I wanted to say some stuff before the options come up, and then we'll see if anything matches. Maltesers are good. Because honestly, it really depends. But those are the things that I keep in the house. Peanuts, I guess. If I'm in a salty mood. Yeah, Sour Patch Kids. And they're not sour though, Sour Patch Kids, but I like the sugar and sherbet. Okay, what do we got? Snack. If this is a favourite food question, I'd have this down easy. Tacos, always tacos. Ew. But snacks.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Pizza bagels. Say pizza bagels. When pizza's on a bagel, you can have... Shh, you. Come now, dear. I don't have all day. Giving it good thought, well, how could I forget my favourite snack? Tacos. A tasty apple with almond butter. Whatever munchies lurk in the depths of the vending machine. Probably munchies in the vending machine. Because there's a vending machine there. I'm not picky, really. Whatever calls to me the most is what I choose, whether it's Flaming Hot Cheetos or Gummy Bears. Now, Gummy Bears is a good thing. I do not get on well with Flaming Hot Cheetos. Very interesting. I see you go with the flow, a team player. It's kind of my thing. You know what they say you are, what you eat. Yes. Yes, not those kind of gummy bears. There's no E. Next question. Nothing I prepared or has helped me plan for this odd interview. Thankfully, I have prepared, so we're all good. I got you back. I brace myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
Hi, adventure that's beyond compare. The gummy bears. Okay. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Hi, adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. Yeah. Now that's stuck in my head. Thanks, Leaky. What assets can I bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse? Well, I have watched a lot of zombie movies. I know that nail files and screwdrivers are good weapons. Getting through the eye, because they won't get stuck. Depends what kind of zombie. I mean, if it's the slow-moving ones, like in The Walking Dead, then, you know, I would be ridiculously out of shape and die. If it's fast-moving ones, then I'm screwed. Okay, let's see what the options are. Is this interview for real or is this a dream? So look into Francine's deadpan expression. I know she's 130% serious. Records are a bad weapon. Oh, I don't like shotgun. Engineering, I can make stuff. Medical, and hey, no lawyers left to Superman practice. I'm going to be honest, I'd probably get eaten on day one. I really would. Or I'd starve to death in my flat and become a zombie. I won't be much help in the inevitable zombie apocalypse. At least I can throw myself into a horde of undead and you can all escape to live another day. Well, at least you're honest, and honesty is the best way to form trust. One more thing.
Why are you here?
The question is so simple and almost actually relevant to career planning that it takes me off guard. I told you, the magical space fairy, my phone sent me here to find a job.
You're seeking a job, true. But that doesn't really answer my question, does it? No doubt. You think my interview questions are a bit silly, but I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks.
To be fair, I am planning to steal these interview questions the next time I have to do an interview because I think they'd be fun icebreakers.
Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck. But, well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex. Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And he didn't last long.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last round of interviews ended up asking which animal they would most like to be and why. Which someone originally phrased as, what's your spirit animal? Which I quickly kiboshed. Because, you know, it reveals something about someone's personality. But I like the ones that they're not serious, but they make you think, and you're not likely to have sort of prepared a stock answer so you get the genuine person. But I also don't want to make people feel uncomfortable, so... Also, the answer is obviously track. Doi.
So I ask you again, why are you here?
To be honest, I didn't have a better answer than why not. Buy the ticket, take the ride, that's what I told myself. But that wouldn't cut it here, I actually needed to think this through. It's a Funplex, a plex of fun when I like fun. To be honest, I don't know, not yet. I'm looking for hope, I haven't had much lately. If I don't take risks, I'll be stuck. Confused silence. I mean, I don't tag yourself. I'm confused. Silence. I am drawn towards I'm looking for hope. I haven't had much lately. Because to be honest, I don't know. Confused silence makes me giggle so much. I'm going to go with I'm looking for hope. I understand I'm not whining or looking for pity, but my life has been a complete mess for over a decade. In and out of jobs, taking what I can, settling, compromising. Apparently I'm not very balanced. I gave up on hoping for something better a long time ago, but, well, the people in my life who were close to me keep encouraging me to try and chase my dreams. That's why I'm here. I'm looking for the answer to your question. But I won't be daydreaming all the time, I promise. In my last job I was a lifeguard, and that takes a lot of focus. I'll be just as attentive in helping your Funplex. That perks your attention. Oh my, a rather serious occupation, that. An unusual step from such troubled waters to a land of make-believe. You enjoyed this role as a lifeguard, I take it? Yes, ma'am. My roommate said she often noticed me smiling after coming home from work, which makes Francine smile in turn. I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but you'd be surprised at the many ways one can save a life. Even here. And now I've got how to save a life going through my head. Very well, I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work. I breathe easier at that. Probably the weirdest job interview I ever had, to be sure, and yet it felt appropriate. Like it was about far more than just filling out a slot on the payroll. Francine leads me back to the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. It only occurred to me now that I forgot to ask exactly what duties this mysterious job I'd accepted really involved. Francine gestures to the seat she was occupying previously, a stool behind the prize desk.
Oh, how marvelous.
Welcome to your new position, Ari. Sitting here, you mean? Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes. I glanced at the wide array of pencil toppers, rubber spiders, and tiny plastic toy cars on display. Well, for prizes at any rate. It's such a relief. I've been really stretching myself thin lately trying to fill in since the position was vacated. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting? Something about being so bored out of his mind that he felt like jamming one of those 500-ticket plush dolls down someone's throat.
Oh,
Poor
such
dear.
a shame.
He wasn't cut out for this line of work. Grandson or no, I've no patience for such nonsense. I'm sorry, the last person to work at this desk was your grandson? Anyway, Gavin should be here by soon. He'll handle paperwork and all that administrative nonsense. Now, if you don't mind, all this talking's tired me out some. I'll be in the back office if you need me. I mean, getting paid for doing nothing is great. But this is me. Okay then. I'm just at my seating on the semi-comfortable stool, leaning against the desk. Beneath me, a wide array of cheap junk awaited my attention. Could have lost hope then and there that this job would be even slightly more engaging than being a diner dishwasher, but chose to look on the positive side. We didn't even ask how much we were going to get paid, or what the hours are. Psh. I'd be helping kids obtain toys that would become nostalgic memories for years to come. Right? Sorry, but at this point I'm not holding out much hope, though the penguin squished underneath the counter is quite sad. Any minute now. Poor penguin. Magical genie in my phone, what have you got me into? I crave the sweet embrace of death. Been sitting here for 2 hours now and no one's walked up to retain a novelty Funplex shot glass or a coloured pencil set or a light-up yo-yo. Lunchtime's approaching and so far the only people walking in and out of the arcade are a few straight adults who have no interest in cheap friendship bracelets. Thankfully, I think he's blue guy. I think he probably works with us. Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I start wondering if one of those 500-ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Or maybe not. No, just kept walking right on by me, his head buried in some sort of spreadsheet off his tablet. Is he here to play? Doesn't seem like a typical businessman on a break or unwashed and unemployed game aficionado. In fact, a snappy dresser seems like a cool dude. Most of the guys I know are content to toss on a t-shirt and jeans. Not this guy. Even in an arcade, he's sharp like Linoleum life. He's very pretty. I don't mind looking at him. He must be Gavin. In fact, that rather pointed look he's offering me after doubling back is rather Linoleum knifey too. Oh, at least give me his voice so I know what I'm supposed to imitate badly. Hold on a minute, who are you exactly? What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? I'm gonna go. Pleased to meet you, I'm Ari. Hello, I'm Ari Kader, your new hire. I'm looking forward to working with you. He relaxes somewhat on hearing that. Somewhat.
Good to hear.
It's about time. I was wondering how long she'd have to work the desk. She's got gusto for an octogenarian and loves working the floor, but sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems wears her down. So she explained the job to you? Gave you the papers to sign? She said Gavin would handle that stuff. With a sigh, he rubs his forehead, feeling a headache coming on.
That would be me. I'm Gavin Cooper. I'm the business manager here at the Funplex. I make sure we manage to keep having a business, rather than a pile of rapidly collapsing fiscal mistakes.
Right, so, as you've no doubt guessed, you'll be exchanging tickets for prizes, but that's the least part of your job. There's more to it than that. You're the floor attendant, you attend to the floor. Where? The carpets?
Seriously?
The floor. The arcade, the games, the patrons, you're the one running around putting out fires and sorting out problems. Technically, you're a second floor attendant. Ashley will be in later, but we need two. One to roam, one to operate the desk. I do it myself, but I'm typically busy in the back office, making sure the whole thing doesn't fall to bankruptcy. That's why Francine loved filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I am not a people person, as you've likely gathered. That's not to say you're alone out here. I'm in your corner at least. If things go south, you tap me for advice or what to do. You got a phone? Of course. Gavin quickly passes me his business card. He apparently has a stack of them at the ready in his pocket. Go figure. His phone number is listed at the bottom. You ever worked in a high-pressure customer service job before? Shoe sales. Smiley socks. You haven't. No idea. Right, well, you know how to keep your head when a customer doesn't, I hope. But anything goes sideways, you text me. If I'm not around, you text Ashley or Naomi in that order. Who and what? Who and who? You'll meet them soon enough.
I think not.
Above all, do not bug Francine. She's practically retired. Let her enjoy that retirement in peace. Comprendo? I don't particularly like any of these answers. Relax, I got this. Stress feeds me, makes me strong. Gutsy response sounds a bit flippant. This isn't my first pony ride. You can rely on me. Is this the... I mean, it's got a balance scale thing. Sounds a bit cocky. But 911 for huge emergencies, right? Sounds like a jokey answer, but it's got a basic icon. Deal with that. Contact you if problems arise. If not you, Ashley or Naomi, leave Francine alone. But I'd hazard it if the arcade's on fire, you'd rather I call the fire department, right? Answer for him, anyway. Appreciates the basic. Well, of course, I enjoy not being on fire.
If you stay
Think of
clear
jokey
and
answer
honest
for
with
it.
me, do your work, do it well, we'll get along swimmingly. I have enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
Magical arc of what now? Gavin sighs again, a stress release gesture, but his expression softens somewhat afterwards.
I take it Francine told you her theory, that this is more than just a job, more than just an arcade.
It's my understanding.
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm curt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job. Everybody working here wants to work here. This is where they belong, for one reason or another.
It's halfway through a Sunday again. Don't know how this happens. I always end up losing my weekends. But hopefully everyone's having a good weekend.
Me? I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically. The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives. Everybody in this business has a dream they're chasing. It's a fragile thing, prone to getting crushed by hard reality. My job is to see to it that never happens. That includes Francine, who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business. So, you find some value in this place beyond your salary, or you'll burn out. Trust me. Last guy to sit there burned out hard. Now, can I trust you to mesh with our merry misfits?
I'm still trying to figure out my why. Why so aggressive? I just got started here and no problem at all. I'm a model employee. Just gonna go with honest. I'm still trying to figure out. To be honest, I'm still sorting out why I'm here, what my dream is. But I'm not here to step on anyone else's dreams in the process. I'm here to do my best at supporting everyone. Good to hear. Excellent. I'd say we share similar views then. It'll be a pleasure to work with someone who's actually enthusiastic and confident. And hopefully this hive of weirdness will help you find your dreams along the way. Anyway, I need to go prepare your paperwork. Technically, you shouldn't be working until we've crossed the I's and dotted the T's, but since I'm already sitting here, you'd rather I stick around? That would be accurate. You're willing to fudge things a bit and work today anyway, it helps out a lot. Now, if you don't mind, Naomi could likely use a hand in the workshop. A good opportunity to introduce yourself as well. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? I haven't seen anyone else. Yeah, that sounds like Naomi. Her workshop's through that door there, the one next to the UFO catcher, the crane game, to use layman's terms. Satisfied for now, Gavin heads in the back, presumably to the office to go crunch some numbers. If Francine's already taking a nap back there, hopefully he's going to crunch quietly. My first co-worker ended up being slightly less cool of a guy than I thought he'd be, but he's not a jerk, definitely. I get where he's coming from. Plus, I've known some really blunt people before. It's easy to mistake them for jerks, especially at first glance. I figure I can give this guy an honest chance. I don't think he sounded like a jerk at all. I liked him. Anyway, I should go meet my next co-worker, this Naomi that he mentioned, though I could swear Francine and I were the only ones here, until now. Double door, also marked employees, only, leads from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area of some sort. I turn the handle and step inside. Should we really be leaving the floor? In a little room tucked away between the back offices and the Funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi, spoken of in only myth and legend. Girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-style monitor. Didn't realise they had so many circuits. She doesn't notice me when I come in, too busy soldering the capacitor into place. The lingering smell of melting metal fills the air of the poorly ventilated workshop. Excuse me, for lack of a better way to interrupt her. I was worried no matter what she did. What I did, she might, I don't know, burn her fingers or jump so high she hit the ceiling or something. Fortunately, the shock's not quite that intense.
Oh.
Hello.
Hey, you know this room is for employees only.
She said with no apostrophe.
Are you lost? Do you need something?
I'm Arikada. I'm the new floor attendant starting today.
Oh! Hi. I didn't realize Francine already found someone. I guess I forgot to check my text. Whoops.
She spares a glance at her phone on the nearby workbench where a stack of green notification messages lie in wait. One thought comes to mind on actually seeing her. I didn't notice her until now. She was totally focusing on the task at hand. Or the bottom option I don't like. The room's right at the heart of the building, but totally isolated. With the heavy doors closed behind me, I can barely hear the arcade. Considering how completely and utterly dedicated she was to that monitor, not even noticing me, I guess that's also why. But what I first noticed is her smile. Even when squinting to see the tiny components on the circuit board, even when loads of focus, she was smiling happily. I really like her outfit as well.
I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex's techie. Hi! Pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
He's busy doing strange things with numbers.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
Really? What happened last time?
Oh, well, I dropped it.
Oh, right. She helps me lift the large cathode ray tube, slotting the heavy metal framework into place within the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinets. Once done, she starts hooking wires back up to other wires. There's a surprising number of green circuit boards in that largely hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen inside one of those things. It's weird. Lots of empty space. A couple of large slabs of circuits and that beefy monitor. It's my first time seeing the guts of a game. I'll admit, I don't know much about how arcade games tick. I figured it was full of circuits and things. Naomi keeps working, using a pocket multimeter to check various connections as she speaks. It could be packed tighter together like a bar top or cocktail cap. I'd say upright favours form over functionality.
Let me explain.
I mean, compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, so they have to be upright, even if that means an empty base. Japanese candy cabs are shorter, so you play sitting down, but I prefer American style. Ours have more room for art. She closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on the keyring at her side, then steps back to admire her handiwork. There's genuine joy in that smile. Just at a job well done, but at looking at the whole thing, like it's a fine sculpture.
So beautiful.
No, I love the classic Midway style. Look at those sharp angles, the side art decals, the bold font on the marquee, the bezel artwork. The what on the what and what? With a sigh, Naomi points out key features to me. The strip across the top with the game title, that's the marquee. The artwork that wraps around the monitor, that's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is, working in harmony to give this game its own unique feel, its own experience. As me, well, bunch of weird boxes in a row looks ugly. I agree, it's beautiful in its own way. So you're a resident game historian then? I'll admit, despite playing games when I was a kid, I never really thought about what went into them. I always thought of games as well, just games. Ones with ones and zeros on a chip, right? Not works of art. Artworks, plural? Or is artwork plural already? Sonic the Hedgehog in a Novotel in Switzerland. But I can guess why you see why you feel that way. You work here long enough, trust me, you'll learn to love these games like I do. It's not about nostalgia, it's about appreciating the work that went into it. The craftsmanship, the multidisciplinary effort just to make a game what it is. Graphic design, electronics, music, programming, even carpentry. Games deserve our respect, and as long as someone like me with a deep love for games is on duty, they shall not fail. Even if Gavin's still around. Gavin? What's wrong with Gavin?
I don't know.
Don't get me wrong, I can get along with him generally, but his whole attitude is just ugh. All he cares about is money. He keeps the arcade running, yeah, but I just know if he had his way, he'd gut the whole place. If anyone's gonna ruin the funplex, it's him. Mark my words, it's inevitable. That doesn't sound right. Seemed easy enough to get along with, and what's more, Gavin gave me the whole speech about protecting their dreams. Looks like a pretty sore point here, a long-standing argument the new person shouldn't get involved in. And yet I'm involved, aren't I? I have to work with both Naomi and Gavin. I'm not sure I should prod at it, but I kind of want to know too. Oh, I'm good at this. Let her keep talking. I just get so mad thinking about what evil money-minded schemes he's probably cooking up. No. Not gonna get worked up. Besides, it's not right for me to dump all this workplace gossip right on the head of the newbie. You seem like a good person and you love arcade games like I do. Right, let's get back to work, shall we? Now for the less fun part. You seem a strong, strapping kind of person. Well, a strong person at least. Well, you're a person, that's enough. I'm semi-insulted then? Okay, let's get to it. Right, a little to the left. Now, my left. You're right, careful. Now forward, right, correct. I mean, not turn to the right. Keep it coming, and there. Carefully. Just tip it into place. Victory! I gently ease the rolling dolly forward, the giant wooden box slotting into place alongside its neighbours. Two-wheeled dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy, especially with Naomi fretting over her baby getting scratched, or worse, falling over. With the work done, she's all smiles again. Glad to be done with that one. I swear I've been working on that monitor for ages. The tubes are finicky as heck, and I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback there. Thanks for helping me out, Ari. I think you're going to do just great here. Happy to... Oh right, stomach growling, food required, except... I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch. Okay, so I'm just going to save. And pause momentarily. I need to take a quick break and stir my casserole and re-put the oven on. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Take the time to get some hydration and stretch. Back soon. not the first time I've done it. Sunday's my cooking day, so I often have a break to stir stuff. I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch.
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Now, I'm just talking here, but if you had pizza on a bagel... Shh. Hey, so any good restaurants in walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but... well, not really, unfortunately. I mean, there's a cheap sandwich place, but even that's... Even if that stuff is super tasty, you don't want to go there. You need to eat healthy. Yeah, I know. Wait here. And she's off, scurrying back to her hidey hole. Have a snack. And she's back, scurrying from her hidey hole. Lunchtime! Here you go! She presses a box lunch into my hands. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mum, who learned from her mum back when they lived in Japan. Rice and pickles and all sorts of good healthy things. I don't like pickles. Wait, you're giving me your lunch? Sure, why not? And yet, when I first walked in as a stranger, she looked super uncomfortable with me. That escalated quickly. What will you have for lunch then? Oh, I can just get some nachos from the vending machine or go hit the whole story next door. Got a book delivery to pick up anyway. But you said eating healthy was important.
See ya.
What? I can't help but think she was just looking for an excuse to go get junk food instead. I'd say Naomi definitely fits in with Francine's ideals for the arcade. She's got a love for these games and it shows. And giving me her lunch, me, a total stranger. It's a kindness I don't know if I deserve, but I appreciate it all the same. So, a bento box. I've only seen those in anime. Cute, and hopefully has plenty of calories too. Armed with a box of health food, I retire to the employee lounge to get my munch on. The room where I had my bizarre job interview will suffice for food times. There's not much. A few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpack my own lunch. Incoherent screaming, coherent screaming. Oh wait, death. I'm going to go with incoherent screaming. With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move from the vision of terror before me. It's a freaking scary-ass flamingo. The half-person, half-animal waves their appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Hello? Anyone in there? Something to be afraid of? Ah, right. I see. Looks like you've stabilized. I was worried I scared the life right out of you.
Hey, so I'm sorry if I traumatized you. Really? Can we start over, maybe?
I nod my head slowly, although that could just be muscle spasms from being in shock.
I'm Ashley.
Ashley. And I'm Ari.
I'm also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity.
What the Funplex what now? This is almost too much to take in. Gavin was a bit of a lot. Naomi was off the scale cheerfully. Met some really intense people so far.
Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph?
Me? Hi.
Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex, after all.
No, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here.
You work here? Since when?
Since this morning? Today? This morning, to be specific?
Oh, awesome! Welcome to the Funplex.
I mean, it would have been way cooler if you were just so enamored with the chibi flamingo creature plastered on every wall that you just had to know more.
Let's see.
You could have stealthy maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right on up to the employees only door. But how did you get the door code?
Ooh.
Of course. You would have collected the password on a piece of paper that fell from Gavin's pocket. You searched your heart and decided that the 4-digit number had to be the intel you needed.
Let's see.
Next, you needed to lie and wait for the opportune moment to punch in that security key code just to find me. It just keeps going and going. She's definitely passionate about this fictional scenario. Ashley's got quite the imagination. It's how I come across to people as a creepy trespasser. Well, it feels very paranoid. She's definitely passionate. The way she takes an idea and runs with it, a lot of people might find that weird, but I kind of dig it. Shows a lot of imagination. I wonder if she's a writer or something. And how would you have snuck out, I wonder? I could have helped, but for a price. Ashley, I realised she's been babbling to herself for a good few minutes. Oops. And sometimes I get swept up in a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting. Is it really that dull here? Really, I just crave a different kind of excitement than beeps and boops, screaming children and broken machines. You aren't really painting the best picture here. Geez, I don't mean to be a downer, I just want to move up in the world. I've got things to accomplish, dreams to fulfill, cosplay to make. Cosplay? So switch topics, it's almost like she's a completely different person. Ashley's eyes light up and she smiles. Yeah, you know, like dressing up as your favourite video game or TV character, I love it. It's so empowering to be able to make your own costume and wear it proudly. It's even better when people recognise what character you are. Empowering? Really? Granted, you certainly had the power to stop my heart for a few beats.
Yes!
Definitely. You want to try? Got a favourite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. In fact, I made this one. Ashley is pointing to a flamingo costume, but it's a little hard to tell with the hands as feathers. So Pinky is your creation, intentionally. Yeah, it looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay, doesn't it? Please stitch my hands together if I tried that. If you were going for terrifying, then yes. I don't know heads from tails, but can appreciate. I'm going to go with I'd probably stitch my hands together if I tried that. I'm all thumbs when it comes to stuff like that, literally, if I get enough thread running between them. I'm pretty impressed though. Naomi was going on about craftsmanship of games. Clearly you're digging on craftsmanship of costumes. Oh, thanks. It's when hard work is appreciated. I wear it around the Funplex to liven up the crowds, get people pumped up to play some games, and the kids seem to adore it. That makes sense. Though the arcade has been completely dead so far, no crowds to pump or kids to be adored by. Hey, secret between you and me? Ashley motions me to come closer. She leans in, glances around the room once and talks in a hushed tone. I did some repairs on Pinky overnight. We had to restitch the left arm and was giving her an old test drive to make sure it doesn't fall off. Limbs falling off seems bad. Oh, it was. Yesterday I was dancing with a little girl, must have been like 5-6 years max. Anyway, we were next to Showtime stage when she tugged on my arm and... Shh! Off came the arm. The girl instantly started boiling. Well, at least you were consistently scaring people and it's not just me.
Nope.
Hey. I don't want that to happen again, I felt so bad. But enough about me, what about you? So you're Carl's replacement? I guess so. I'm the new floor attendant. I attend to the floor. The floor is the thing I'm attending to when I'm not going into cardiac arrest. You're funnier than Carl, that's for sure. I can't wait to go home and tell Juniper I do have a sense of humour. She'll be so proud. I assume you've already met Francine, but have you had a chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet? Yeah, I met them already, although it seems like they aren't too keen on each other. Right? Ashley rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh. I wish they would hurry up and make out already. Yeah. Wait, seriously? So are they going out? But they always bicker like an old married couple. That's a classic anime cliche. The ones who fight always end up together. Mark my words, Ari. Consider them marked.
Beep, beep.
Beep, 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 Ari. What's that sound? Drat, I set an alarm for when my lunch break was over. Time to go back to the grindstone. I didn't get a chance to eat.
What? No!
It's no good. Ari needs their calories. Peter, I'll go watch the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You can do my job and wander the floor for a bit. Fair enough, thanks. As long as I don't have to wear the flamingo costume. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recesses of that inhumane mask. As I'm wolfing down the rice in the shape of little hearts, it occurs to me that I didn't actually ponder my first impressions of Ashley yet. Let's see. She's pretty amazing. I like her enthusiasm about her art. The way Ashley's whole expression changed when she talks about things she's passionate about just warms my heart. Her beaming energy just lights up the whole room. I wonder if one day I'll be that excited about something. Anyway, with lunch in my belly and break time complete, the second half of my workday began. Rolling into the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out. School's done and the late-rising pros are heading out to their arcades of choice. With Ashley covering the desk, my job is to wander the floor looking for problems. Potential problems. I'm just making sure everything's A-okay. For starters, it's a good moment to collect my thoughts. I think I'm off to a decent start with my co-workers. Good impressions at any rate. First impressions at any rate. Cooperation's going to be a must. I've had awful co-workers before and they can really drag down your day. Hang on, no time for daydreaming. I think I spot it. Let's see. 3 possible issues to look into. I should have time to get to them all, but which do I tackle first? An irate customer near Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze. Someone cursing up a storm at festive discomfort, and a loud crowd around the Showtime stage. Irate sounds like a priority. My mutant floor attendant senses detect danger from the left side of the arcade. I quickly rush all 30 feet to the scene of the crime already in progress. Come on! Hurry the fuck up and finish your game. Do you work here? I saw you behind the desk earlier. Note to self, ask Gavin for a name tag or something. Yes, I'm Ari, floor attendant. Well, stop attending to the carpets and attend to me. I want this fucker to wrap up his damn game so I can play. Ashley's face is obscured beneath her costume's mask, but I can already feel her wince as the man curses up a blue streak. Sir, there are children present. Please keep the swearing to a minimum. Other people have the right to play the games first, you dickwad. Get out. That's what I want to say. Hopefully that's an option. You kick this fast piece of off this game and I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb all you want. Figuring I ought to hear the fat piece of lips side of the story before rushing to judgment, I tap the player on the shoulder. He looks like a character from a comic that I've read. He doesn't even notice. So I tap again, twice. Sir, there are other players waiting to give Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze a spin. Curiously, the player looked up at the game's marquee, thank you very near me, which simply reads Moopy. You know the game's full name? It looks like, kind of like a bit like Pac-Man-ish. Sure, I played it a lot when I was a kid. It's actually called Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, right? Wizards and pellets and monsters and stuff? Yeah. A bit terse as he's laser focused on the game, and I can see why. He's currently sitting on 714,000 points. Holy crap, that's a heck of a high score. Whereas this guy would probably put it, holy bleep, that's a bleep of a high score. Excuse me? Right, sir, can you please wrap up your game? No. Keeping good pace here, plenty of livestock, on par for getting close to the world record before the kill screen. Somehow the thick arcade jargon sounds classier when draped in his British accent, like I'm watching some documentary programme on the BBC. I mean, guys just, probably put 1 quarter in and he's close to our high score. I mean, this angry rando piece of shit can go fuck off. Yes, but this is a public arcade. Other people want to play the games too. He finishes clearing the current board while pondering the predicament. Okay. At first I think he's stepping away to end his game, but he's letting his stock of 50 extra dudes slowly deplete as he pulls out his wallet. Without pause, he pulls out $3,000 in cash and holds it out. Will this cover it? So he says he's got 3 lives up there. For a moment I flash back to that movie where some dude pays another dude to sleep with his wife and they roll around in a bed covered in money and cover what exactly? Cost of the game. The game itself. I have never seen this much raw cash in one place at any given time. It's not even in 20s. Dude's rolling in Benjamins. I don't know what that means. Is that 100? One moment, please. On it. Fortunately, Iris already has my messenger app open for me with Gavin's contact info preloaded. With trembling fingers, I key in. Customer wants to buy Moopy for 3k. What to do? In less than a minute, I have my response. Considering we paid $200 for it plus parts, yes, absolutely yes. Sell that relic immediately. Well, okay then. Although, how's Naomi going to react to this, offloading one of her darlings just because Gavin wants to make a 15-fold profit? It also feels kind of weird to be taking advantage of this guy's lack of a grasp on the real costs of old arcade machines. Honestly, if it's a classic, then it doesn't... Also, thanks, Leaky. If it's a classic, then, you know, 3,000 might not even cover it. We don't know. Might have been 200 when it was bought. But that could have been years ago. I don't know. Either which way, it's fair enough if he wants to buy it. I think this other guy's being a jerk. So, yeah. I knew all this workplace drama was going to catch up to me at some point, but with this rando breathing down my neck, I've got to make a decision. Game was 200, but I'm not sure we should sell. 3,000 sounds about right, it's yours. I'm not sure if we should sell this game. So it's Naomi versus Gavin, really? Because it's not really about the angry dickwad. Didn't just punch him in the balls. And it's not about the very cute British guy on the left, who clearly is obsessed with Moopy, because he has a Moopy t-shirt. It's Naomi versus Gavin. And Naomi gave us her lunch. Ooh, I can make a save. Making a save at this critical juncture. I'll have a quick look at what the achievements are. Put your quarter up. So this is the first level. Chapter. There are 8. There seem to be some sort of game things. We can romance people. Abandon our dreams is a good end, apparently. Power of friendship, don't romance anyone. Boo, yeah. Romance everyone! Oh gosh, so this is going to be multiple playthroughs then. What do we think, chat? Honest? To a T, almost. Gut react. Gavin would like this. Basic response. Get more info. Naomi would be unhappy. Naomi gave us our lunch. I mean, the angry dickwad could just, like, let the guy finish his game. Okay, if he's been on there a while, but still. Besides, if we sell the game, then no one else gets to play it. I'm not sure we should sell this game. Oh man, I don't know about this. My semi-boss is cool with it, but there's a lot of factors in play. I don't think I should just let you walk with the thing. I feel a bit wishy-washy about the whole mess, not wanting to get on Naomi or Gavin's bad side. The player simply smiles. Well, we can't have a mess, can we? Wouldn't be sporting. Let's compromise. I'll buy the game so I can play it whenever I want for as long as I want, provided no one is already playing, of course. And in return, you can keep Mr. Moopy here. where he belongs. We wouldn't want Naomi to cry, would we? Wouldn't be proper. With his mind made up, the man presses 3 grand into my waiting hand, satisfied with the negotiations. Which leaves the rando hopping mad. To be fair, we had been kind of ignoring that he exists. What the bleep, man? What kind of arcade is this anyway? Bleep, I'm going to Deco's Palace. Good riddance. I mean, you lost a customer, but you made 3 grand. Yes, but Gavin said we could, and we should. And it's not like we could have told him it was only worth it was only bought for 200. It's worth what he thinks it's worth. But apparently he's an important character, so I feel like he obviously knows the people here. I mean, buy it so he can play anytime, but it stays here, then that's gets rid of my qualm. Anyway, and we just lost a customer, stomping his way out the door, stomp, stomp, stomp. On the plus side, Naomi won't cry. On the negative side, I just drove a rando out into the cold. Yes, but he was abusive, so do we want that kind of people in here?
What a disagreeable fellow.
Is that the English accent? Mine was much better. As for the player, well, he goes right back to playing, eating pellets, supping ghost monsters, clearing mazes. With the crisis behind us, I can actually focus on who this gonzo rich guy actually is. Do you care about much more than just his game? Particularly from someone wallowing around in the lower tax brackets, the rich can do whatever they want, whenever they want. And yet, that's not what this guy did. He could have, but he let us keep the game. He just wanted to play, that's all. And why? Because of Naomi, because of the Funplex. It's a home, a family, for the games and for us. It's for the best I sent that rando outdoor in favour of this guy. Yes. So you know Naomi. He's happy to talk even when playing.
Of course. I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy.
Ah, Percy.
I'd hazard you're our new floor attendant? I was here when Francine seated you behind the desk earlier.
That's me, Ari Kader, Arcade Wrangler.
Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to getting to know you better.
So you've seriously just been playing Moopy all day, huh?
What can I say? It's my calling.
It's on his t-shirt.
I actually owned a Moopy cabinet once. Had it in my flat. But playing it by myself, all alone in the dark, it's not the same. I need the atmosphere.
The beeps and the boops?
No, those you eventually learn to filter out. I mean, everything. The games, the lights, the kids, the feeling of being in an arcade. I score my best when I'm in real-world conditions. It's all about the emotions, the laughter and the tears, the excitement of competition. I need that swirling chaos of human emotions around me to play at my finest.
I mean, he's still going to put the quarters in, because that's how the machine works. Naomi gets that. She keeps Moopy in top condition for the day I eventually land my high score. What's the current world record then? About 3.5 million. This guy's been standing here since I was working the morning shift. Hours and hours, and he's still only about 720k into his game. Can't imagine him being in anything but top health condition to try this out. Guy's got to have legs made out of carbon fibre and a bladder of tungsten. Yeah, because these games don't have pause. Pause, I need to pee for the 1700th time. I mean, it's not healthy because he should hydrate and eat, but... Ah, I just let a few extra lives drain out whenever I need to go pee. Okay. Also, he may be psychic. I feel like I should let him get back to his game, but burning questions, they burn like fire. You must have a solid job, good income. So, gonna get your Moopy dipped in gold? Your score's more important than your bank balance. Well, that's just rude. Solid job, and that's nosy. I feel like a little joke, maybe. Don't know, I'm not good with the humour. Leaky, is a joke appropriate here? Feels like this is a jokey thing. I mean, you know, people ain't gonna dip their game consoles in gold, because that would be stupid, but... I If it was me tossing around the green like that, I'd have my game coated in gold, solid gold, and encrusted with diamonds. Gold's heavy, it will break through the floor. Mentioning money, he loses interest. Not that he's annoyed, he's just far more focused on his maze than any financial. Oh, well, exactly. Tips. But you know, it'd be shiny, right? Right?
Don't think so.
I don't throw money around to impress people. Money removes obstacles, nothing more, nothing less. It's a tool like any other. Says a privileged, rich, white guy. I do day trading, stocks and bonds, but I'm here for Moopy, not to offer fiscal advice. You know, that's why I made a joke. Right. My ill-fated attempts at humour piffling out. I decide to let it go. Okay, you're not impressed with me. Pretty much everyone else's reaction to my attempts at humour. He's getting more and more distracted by the game. I should leave him be. I have to do a thing about a thing. Leasing, new Mixgator. There's another weird encounter and a string of weird encounters. In the end, he sounded more like the high school junkies you hear about in documentaries. Obsessed, driven, kind of strange. But that's not the impression I had of him from the beginning. He smiled when talking about not splitting up the arcade. There's something more going on here, but well, he's a Funplex regular. There'll be plenty of time to learn more about later. Work to do. Let's see what to handle next. Alright, I don't think a loud crowd is bad. I think that's probably encouragement. Let's do the coursing up storm. There we go. There's a lot of shouting coming from the centre of the arcade where Fist of Discomfort is being played. I remember Iris telling me about it earlier today while I was bored to death at the ticket desk. Fist of Discomfort, or FOD, is one of the most popular games in the esports circuit. It's been a staple of the scene for over 6 years. I'm wondering if that's what the second game's about. One year, Team Wicked Prodigies took on the Unreal and came back to win in the dying seconds of the tiebreaker. Match to take home a record $5 million prize pot. That's a lot of moolah. And how? Okay, so how does it work? It's a hybrid of real-time strategy and button mash brawling. Fight your way down the top and bottom lanes, clearing waves of ninjas to finally topple the enemy dojo. That's the action part. The strategy part involves using special abilities, purchased items, and ninja summons. FOD is sheer elegance in its simplicity, the way different game systems interweave to form one masterpiece of esports perfection. So, summon good ninjas, punch bad ninjas, smash dojo. I'd say boiling down a rich game of action and strategy played the world over by top gamers in such a way is a bit degrading, but sure, okay. Which is super interesting and stuff, but right now all I care about is dealing with a loudmouth currently playing the game. The closer I get, the louder the yelling gets. Most of these words are words that... Oh dear. Okay. I feel like getting aggressive playing a game is definitely not as bad as getting aggressive at someone playing a game and then being loud around a game. Hopefully that's not a bad thing. The actual was that. No, those are definitely all words my mother would disapprove of. You've got to be fucking me. There is no freaking way that is even plausible. These hitboxes don't even bleep and connect. Bleep this game, bleep it all night long. Oh, it's me playing Hitman. Yeah, get wrecked. Rando Calrissian. I like it. Oh, this is far from overscrub. Saved up a little something extra for you. Been baiting you into attacking my sensei, which you fell for. Hard. Oh hey, did I forget to mention that I brought an extra ultimate technique scroll from my dojo? Thanks, Mr. Corners. Whoops, Mobby. Wait, what? You ain't been farming now, could? XP share techniques with creep waves. Take this. 5-fold bleeping explosive deathclaw technique. What? How did you defeat me? No!
Oh, GG. No one can defeat me, Queen Bee.
Booyah. My dry eyes painfully blinking makes me realise I've been standing here watching intently during that whole exchange. 100% sure what happened, but it didn't matter. I was completely sucked in and couldn't tear my eyes away. It's like watching a train wreck. I mean, if the train was the arcade game and the wreck was that guy's face.
Hey, kid. What are you staring at? Never seen a champion of my caliber before?
Oh, seeing as I don't even know how to begin to start to even consider how to respond to her question, I have to take a moment to collect my thoughts. From what I've somehow gathered, she goes by Queen Bee. That jacket she's wearing identifies her as a member of L7 Gaming, an arcade esports team. And she's the most direct, fierce person I've met all day. That's saying a lot, considering who I've run into so far. Why so rude though? What a sore winner. Let's just go with the neutrally option. Should be fun to hang around with. With that level of excitement always gushing out, I can only imagine how much enjoyment she gets out of life. What can I say? People love winning, and it seems she did win a lot. At least between bursts of, what did Iris call it? Saltiness.
Hey, don't just stand there all weird and quiet-like. It's creepy.
She snaps her fingers to grab my attention. Don't
So,
think that's rude.
are you gonna f***ing quarter up or not? Think you can best the hottest rising star of L7?
What I've seen, I know I couldn't best describe, let alone a professionally competent player of this game. No, thank you. Plus, I'm not sure I'm allowed to play games while I'm working.
You work here?
Yes, me, and what's your job? Hassling me? I'm actually pretending to work here. Shh. I enforce arcade law within this noble funplex. I like that one. You bet. In fact, I was just hired earlier. I'm the new floor attendant. Your game eats the quarter. Come to me. Wait, you're serious? Okay, then. Welcome aboard this runaway train.
Hey, they haven't given you a name tag yet. How am I supposed to know who you are?
I think that was actually a weird tactic to have me introduce myself to her. I'm Ari. I did technically just start working here 6 hours ago. It might take time for them to issue me a name tag. Maybe they need to send a carrier pigeon to an ancient monastery where name tags are forged in a vast clay oven. Nah, Gavin's just slacking big time. I'll talk to that silly boy for you, make sure you get some proper respect. Thanks? Come on, gamers gotta stick together.
I'm Queen Bee, by the way. Aggro-style FOD lane pusher specialist for L7 Gaming.
I figured that when you put your arms above your head and cheered and shouted, "No one can defeat me, Queen Bee!"
Hey, I do not sound like that. Well, maybe a little.
Anyway, I'm one of the regulars around here, besides Purpur and Tio. So you'll be seeing a lot of me in the future. Let's hope you last longer than the last guy. Oh great, now she's even making my job into a competition. I'm just gonna say, can you keep the language down for the kids? But now it just seems petty. I hope there isn't a betting pool too. You look like a smart kid. You've seen one of my many streams on the internet, right? Nope. I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Whoa.
Really? Have you been living under a rock for the past decade? If you consider a small yet formidable apartment a rock, then yes. Oh, you sweet child. You're so innocent and pure. Come, let me show you the path to darkness that is the internet. Nope. Sure, I'd like to learn more. Will it hurt or traumatize me? I'm gonna go with sure, and it is part of my job to know all about the games here. Queen Bee's gonna give me some insight on the culture around the game. I should take advantage of that. Lead me further into the dark abyss, my mistress.
Yeah.
Queen Bee grabs my arm and pulls me closer to the Fist of Discomfort cabinet, and upon further inspection I see the whole haphazard pile of tech she's rigged up. You can't just plug one of these cabs into the internet, so I use a number of clip-on webcams and mics and stuff. That webcam there, it broadcasts to my own personal PC back home, which then streams matches live to all my fans. The chat room appears on my phone. Oh god, what happens if you get tech difficulties then, Jeff? Someone at home? Jeesh. That's a complicated setup, I appreciate that. It costs a bit to put everything all together, and it takes like half an hour to rig up and test each morning, but after doing this here a couple of years, it's easy peasy. Aside from Naomi grinding her teeth at my clip-on cameras damaging the paint job, I mean. Anyway, I prefer to stream from the Funplex than from home. So much to miss out on sitting by your lonesome with a console version of FOD. Crowds that we could trash talk, the community. Well, wait, are you broadcasting live right now? Oh, are we live right now?
Nope, no way.
No. That was part of my warm-up matches. I've got a pretty big tournament coming up tomorrow, so I try and get as much practice as possible. Even if it is with a bunch of fodder. As in FOD-der, as in, cham. Lunch meat. Scrubs. Losers. I got the idea, yeah. Queen Bee sees something at the corner of her eye and glances around the arcade floor. So, Percy, Queen Bee, so I'm guessing Tio is on the dance floor thing. Sees something at the corner of her eye and glances around the arcade floor. She gives a nod to someone hanging out near the Street Fighter cabinet. My crew is starting to trickle in. Should be starting team practice soon. Wait, what time is it? At the tone, the time will be 2:25 p.m. Eastern.
Beep beep.
What the?
Get your life, even 5 minutes. Listen, kid, it's been swell. We'll chat later, right? Sure. One thing. Can you keep the swearing down at least a little? We've got kids around here, and I don't want you to get in trouble with Gavin. Him? Meh. But for you, I'll keep it to a PG-13 rating. Now, if you excuse me, there are some butts out there that I need to kick.
Later.
With a wave and a twirl, she completely abandons me and returns to her Fist of Discomfort game. Queen Bee files up her broadcast rig and the shouting and milder swearing start up again. I should probably get out of here before I accidentally end up on the stream. Passion seems to run deep within this arcade, everyone's spirit burning with passion for, well, various things, but hey, passion's passion. She seems to like me, which will make my job easier in the long run. There's a huge FOG community in this arcade, despite being a tiny strip mall direct. Good to know. Okay, well, the staff like me, which is a good thing. The other people haven't found the right groove yet, but hey, co-workers getting on with is always good. Let's see what's handled next. Well, the loud crowd then. In the distance, I see a number of people gathering, which is surprising since the first half of my shift was complete and utter solitude. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see that people do come to the arcade, but that's quite the crowd that's assembling. Like, larger than Queen Bee's team was, rowdier too. It has to be against some fire code or safety protocol or something, right? Speaking as a citizen enjoys living, having an escape route in case of emergency is necessary. Time to clear the way and pave my own path of safety. As I approach, God, I see flashing neon lights accompanied by upbeat Europop drifts. It's an auditory flashback right back to 1980. Bleep! I can't help but nod my head to the beat. A pulsing mass of people have surrounded Showtime stage, cheering on the current player. The game itself takes up a whole corner of the arcade, requiring a fair amount of space to actually play. Showtime stage is an ultra-modern arcade smash hit. It uses motion tracking sensors hidden beneath the coloured spotlights to check dance pose accuracy and score your sweet, sweet moves. It's pure dance fever. Can you catch the fever, Ari? I had my dance fever shots at the doctor's office earlier this season. As the dance ends, one of the players hops down from the stage and immediately starts talking to a young man leaning up against the back wall. Did you see that, Tio? I got my first AA on Stop the Beat!
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I did. You're doing great! Remember last month? You couldn't even pass that song. Totes impressive. Gonna keep on practicing and one day maybe even surpass you. Hey, I hope you do. Well, that's the kind of swell, laid back, good attitude. And when you do, you can be the one who brings in new dancers and teaches them how to play. As the next song starts, my eyes shift from their conversation to observe the gyrations and intricate limb movements coming from Showtime stage. I feel my head bobbing and my foot tapping. It's a really catchy song, can you blame me? I get really into it when I feel a hand on my shoulder.
Care to dance?
How about you? You want to take the spotlight? Sure, I can learn as I go. Let's dance. What? In public? I think not. No, what in public? I think not. I'm not one for dancing with strangers. You know what dancing means to me? Falling on my face! In front of all these people. That all my customers enjoying a trip to the emergency room with a shattered foot. I'd rather not horribly embarrass myself right now. Let's save that for later.
Bummer.
This is a downright shame, but you can't blame me for trying. How could I resist to ask such a person such as yourself? You caught my eye the moment you walked over. Oh, he's smooth.
Hey, wait. You're new here, right?
Yes, very.
Name's Mateo, but everyone here just calls me Teo.
He has really nice arms. Cute nail polish. Teo's the best! Great Sky here. He's sort of like, leader, yeah.
Please, I'm nothing really.
He looks directly into my eyes.
Nothing as special as you.
Cheesy.
I just like to show newbies the ropes and teach them how to play. Our community is small, but we're all super close. I think you'd be a perfect addition to our game.
How close?
So, what do you say? Play our silly dancing game?
Tio outstretches his arm to me, waiting for my hand to grab his. Go for it. Politely decline. Shake your head no. Tio's a persistent one, but at least he's not mean about it. Maybe after I've played Showtime Saga multiple times. Alone. Possibly in the dark. Look, I appreciate the offer, but I don't know if this one's for me. I'd like to avoid injuring anyone, notably myself. With enough practice, you'll get it. Plus, I could always teach you. Yeah, I think I'll pass. I'm actually on the clock right now. The new floor attendant, Ari. Really? But I haven't seen you around here at all. What happened to the other guy? He's actually pretty good at Showtime stage now I think about it. He's out, I'm in. Currently year 0 of the floor attendant, Ari regime.
Hello there.
It's an honor to meet you, Ari. I hope we get to know each other well. This guy is like one pure flirt. Indeed. For someone that loves Showtime stage as much as you, I haven't actually seen you play yet. True. Most of the time during these meetups, I tend to let everyone else play. Go around and make sure everyone's happy and having a blast. But what about you and your feelings? Theo shrugs. My happiness comes from making other people happy. That's all I need in life. I mean, that is a good wisdom. Which is all well and good, but I still need to deal with this crowd. How best to handle it? Hey, you want to film a workplace safety video? We need to seriously talk about crowd sizes. Can you disperse your fans for me, please? Sure. Look, this is great and all, but can you thin out your crowd a little for me? Fire codes, emergency exits, you know, that sort of thing.
Sheesh.
Ah, come on, it's not that bad. I've seen hotter crowds most weekends around this game. Rules are rules. Yeah, you're right. Least I can do is be accommodated. Luckily, the song that's being played just finished. Teo jumps up on stage and cups his hands over his mouth. Hey, listen! We need to keep the area to the left of the stage clear. Why? I like my spot. Hey, no, you know the deal. We have to be cool about fire safety. It's Ari's first day, so let's show them some respect. See everyone turn around and glare at me. Thanks, dude. Great, now I'm going to be known as the party pooper. I guess I've been worse reputations in my life, like that one time I had to close the pool because of that dirty bandage floating in the water. No one would talk to me for a week. Hey, 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 don't disappoint me, crew. Ari's just doing their job. Reluctantly, the crowd reshuffles itself in a semi-orderly fashion. As everyone settles in a safer way of watching the game, Teo jumps down and comes back to me. Better? I nod, genuinely impressed with how Teo can capture his community's attention. I listen to him, have the utmost respect for him. Yeah, actually much better.
Didn't mean to cause any trouble. Sometimes we just get so caught up in the game, you know? Of course you know. Hey, you should still join us later. Maybe when your shift's over. We'll all be here dancing until closing time.
As long as the dancing has been the law, carry on. Officer Ari has spoken. I start to walk away from my next venture when I remember something I should do. I turn back to Teo. Hey, thanks.
No problem.
Yes, thank the guy that just hopefully stopped causing a riot. Well, I feel nice and accomplished. I was able to uphold the safety of the arcade like a model employee. Display that's pretty good for my first day. Even Gavin's got to be impressed, right? With that business sorted out, it's time to leave Showtime stage. The arcade is now at peace. My work here is done. Well, actually, we're a few hours from closing time, so my work here isn't actually quite done, but you know. I'm so at peace, in fact, that I don't even notice the underboss of the arcade sliding up behind me.
Good day.
Not a bad first day so far. Been keeping tabs on you. Well, others have been, and they've been texting me. You know, you should consider getting a proper group chat app going. I've got a crappy phone plan. My texts aren't free. Valid point. I'll look into that.
Impressive.
I'm impressed with how you handle yourself. I think you're going to work out just fine. Anyway, I've prepared your paperwork if you'd like to go sign it and make this working relationship a bit more above board. And can I get a name tag, please?
Yeah!
So you're saying? Please tell me you're staying. I mean, I've fit you and everything. Francine hasn't fired them yet, right? An adorable nightmare joins the impromptu stuff going. It's off to a great start. It's your first day, followed by many more. Don't you two have jobs to attend to? So far... Oh, okay. The staff people love me. The regulars... not so much. Probably because I didn't want to dance. And apparently I'm very basic. I just ordered a replacement power supply for Robotron. Nothing left to do for the day. The kids around here need to entertain. Finally a quiet moment. My dream job has been going a mile a minute since I got here. Is it my dream job? Until Francine, I was looking for hope. I've been so used to life dumping all over me that I've come to expect the worst generally. And yet, I can't say the Funplex has dumped on me. It's been a bit hectic at times, a little too much, but really in a bad way. Started to get along with my co-workers and helping people with their problems. I'm finding the hope I was looking for after all. We've only got a few hours till closing and it's nice and quiet. How about we game a bit? Speak for yourself, I've still got paperwork to handle. Come on, don't act like you don't game. Irrelevant. I know your dirty little secrets. What? You hear me? You sneak in early each morning to play pinball. You're a pinball wizard.
It's a pinball wizard.
Okay. Well, what of it? I bring order to chaos. Pinball is the very expression of that art form. You know what we should do? Impromptu pinball tourney! The girls are giggling and I'm finding myself smiling right alongside them. I feel like safe. All in all, not a bad way to end my first day. Is this the end of the first act? Because I might call it. I'm just looking
By
at
the
this
way,
series
I've booked a birthday party for this afternoon.
Oh, maybe not. Just looking at the incredible amount of dust underneath my TV. Oops. Oh God, look at that Gavin. Poor Gavin. Everyone looks shocked. The looks of confusion and outright terror on their faces, all laughter dying off immediately, are vaguely concerning to me.
Sorry, I meant to tell you, dears, but I plumb forgot.
A birthday party? How old are the kids, might I ask? It's her 5th birthday. Oh, to be young again. 5 minutes. Amy starts pulling at her hair, eyes wide and trembling. Throwing ski balls overhead into the glass, jumping up and down the pinball machines, putting chewing gum in the coin slots. My costume tearing to pieces. Amy, Ashley, keep it together. We've survived kids' birthday parties before. Doom! The end is nigh.
Well, I'd hate to get in the way of all the fun. Yep, it's time for my afternoon nap anyway.
Can I borrow those knitting needles?
Have fun, dears.
Right, battle stations everyone. I'll take ticket desks so I can oversee operations. Ashley, greet the kids. Naomi, watch for hardware damage. Ari, roaming duty. Look for trouble. Do what you can. Prepare yourselves. They are coming. Like an oncoming tidal wave, the rumble is felt before it is seen. Parents pulling into the parking lot, minivans disgorging kindergartners, and suddenly... Oh God, so cute fox. An explosion of small humans rushes the doors, bursting into the arcade before scattering every which way. Even before any of them can get tokens, they're grabbing at joysticks, smashing buttons, eager to get their game on or even just to pretend to be playing. The crew assumes battle stations, Naomi by the fragile pinball machines, Ashley near the door trying to distract the incoming kids to greet them, Gavin armed with pre-stacked $10 rolls of tokens quickly exchanges them with the adults, Pete's waiting in line at change machines. As for the programmers, well, Queen Bee and Teo's friends bolt for the exit, abandoning them, keen on getting out ahead of the surge of kiddies, I guess. That's all very well and good, but I've got no idea where I'm supposed to be. Roaming duty, Gavin said. Look for trouble, Gavin said. And I mean, I was doing that before, but now the chaos is multiplied. A few minutes, I'm like a pinball being bounced around, or that frog trying to cross a highway of traffic. Eventually, I spot 3 possible problems on the rise, and Ari, professional floor attendant, is ready to attend to them. Which of these should I tackle first, though I may not be able to deal with all of them in time. Okay. 2 kids fighting over a box of cupcakes near Naomi and Ashley. Okay. An angry adult shouting at a kid near Teo and Queen Bee. A little guy crying over her stolen tickets near Percy and Gavin. Okay. I feel like Naomi and Ashley are staff, they can deal with the cupcakes. And Gavin can potentially resolve that, so I'm going this way. The sounds of hardship call to me from the Fast Cars 5 racing games. Shouting adults and crying children are never particularly good signs, and I hope beyond hope I can take this on. Also, I don't like it when adults shout at children. I shake the discomfort off. Now's not the time to doubt myself. I need to find out what's going on and stat! As I get closer to the revving of engines and the clacking of shifting gears, I see a grown woman berate a cowering boy. Okay?
I didn't.
Admit it! I know what you did, you brat! You manipulated my precious son to put his tokens in your game. You should be ashamed of yourself. Children like you are the absolute worst. Garbage! Mum, keep your voice down. There's no need to shout at a child, no less. What's going on here? This jerk of a boy told my sweetest beyond sweet Josh that he should put his own tokens in the racing game machine so he could play it for free. Josh earned those tokens from his own allowance, and I won't let some devil child steal his money. Let's just take a moment to calm down, okay? Before I say anything else, I spot Queen Bee and Teo out the corner of my eye. Queen Bee looks infuriated, and Teo has buried his face in his hands. Actually, now that I stop and think about it, they might have some insight. The racing games are right next to the Showtime stage. Teo probably had a good vantage point of the whole thing if he was dancing on stage. And by the way, Queen Bee's brows are furrowed. I can tell something's not sitting quite right with her. I could ask one of them for their help, or I could try to solve this one by myself. I'm gonna ask Queen Bee. Since Queen Bee is being consumed by rage, I bet she knows what's really going on here. I wave her over to join us. I attempt to reach out to her for guidance. Mom, I know you're upset right now, but I think that... Oh. That lady is a no good piece of Nope, no, I'm not helping. In fact, it's the furthest away from helping I could ever envision. The kid runs away to avoid the loud people as I try my best to defuse the situation. That boy did nothing wrong. Nothing. Excuse me? Pardon? How dare you? I'm getting nowhere between these two. I sigh and resign myself to watching it play out. How dare I? How dare you for yelling at that kid? Don't care if he did what you claim or not. You've got no right to traumatize him over it. He's a thief and he'll grow up to be a no-good criminal. It still doesn't fucking matter. Do you honestly think, take a single fucking second of your life and really think that shouting at a child is an effective way to handle this? Ugh, you can't tell me how I should act. Who do you think you are? I am the nemesis of evildoers. Righter of wrongs. Rising star of L7 Gaming. Queen Bee poses in her trademark pose.
No one can defeat me, Queen Bee.
Exactly. In the name of the Funplex, I'll punish you. Well, I've never, in all my years, was far worse than an impotent child. Josh, we're leaving this horrible arcade. Right now. Oh, poor Josh. Well, that's one way to handle that. The woman scoops up her child and storms out the front door. I don't think we'll see her or her son anymore. Frankly, I'm okay with that. Once they are gone, Queen Bee turns her attention back to me.
Come on!
People like that really fuck me off. My blood's still boiling.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for the backup. You're welcome. I didn't really do much of anything. Emotional damage! Yeah, well, I knew you had your man back, kid. I can sense that you're like me. I can't stand to see people getting screamed at. Sucks, you know. Queen Bee's whole aura changed from a normal upbeat snark to being completely down in the dumps. This is a side of her I haven't seen yet. She just looks so sad. Are you doing it? It's really none of my business, but I feel I should ask about this. It looks like the incident hit her hard. Hey, everything okay? It's okay, you can tell me. She pauses for a second before her normal smile creeps back onto her lips. Seriously, I'll be fine. I just don't like seeing adults treat kids like their future's nothing, like they'll be worthless stains on society. I had a lot of people tell me I could never be a professional gamer, and I should quit daydreaming and say, fuck those people. Don't let anyone tell you who you are.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks for asking. I appreciate it, kid. Okay, show's over. You should go check on that boy. The boy? I totally forgot. You're right. How is that? Now, if you excuse me, I need to try and squeeze in a few more matches before quitting time.
Later.
I'm out, kid. I mean, now she likes me. Oh dear, now my co-workers don't like me. Oops. Or maybe they're just stressed. Or maybe it's just comparative. Anyway, I feel like she probably handled that better than I would anyway. Queen Bee takes one more moment to try and get its safest path back to fisted discomfort through a sea of children. After poking around a bit, I managed to find the kid, still shaken up from the whole ordeal. Hey, sorry about all that. Are you gonna be okay? I think so. I didn't do anything. Another kid, he just came over out of nowhere and dropped his token in my slot. After I lost, I got off the game and offered it to him. He just ran away. And then that woman approached you and you started yelling. The boy nods, wiping his snotty nose on his shirt. Well, if it's any consolation, the bad lady is gone. I don't think she's ever going to come back. Especially after the way Queen Bee burned her. The boy, cheeks still streaked with tears, lets a smile spread on his face.
Thank you.
Tell the other lady thanks for sticking up for me too. I nod and the boy scurries off and rejoins some of his other friends. Right, that's sorted out. The other two situations are about to spin out of control. I've only got time to deal with one of them. Which one? I really don't want to deal with the cupcake fight, so I'm going to deal with the crying child. I weave my way through waves of children towards the skee ball machines. One little girl sitting at the end of a skee ball ramp crying, no parent in sight to settle her, so the task falls to me. I'm guessing I should be more cautious about this sort of thing, what with the law suit happy parents lurking over by the vending machines ignoring their kids, but floor attendant Ari decided to take the case all the same. Hey, my name's Ari and I work here at the arcade. What's wrong? Can I help? Her stopping pauses as she looks up at me.
I lost my tickets. Someone stole them from me. I played and won a bunch of them, but then I put them down and I was talking to a friend and now they're gone.
Glance around, but in a sea of kids it's impossible to tell who the thief could be.
I don't even have any more tokens to play with. I spent them all on skee ball and my tickets are all gone now.
This is easy to solve. We can just give her some tickets. Easy. We'll figure this out somehow. But I've got no clue where to even start, to be honest. Maybe there was a witness to the crime. Percy would have had a good view of the redemption area, based on where Moop is positioned. Gavin has a ticket desk, a veritable crow's nest for the whole arcade. He could have spotted something. Or I could just bend the rules and solve this directly. Maybe Percy saw something. Gavin had to see where the tickets went, or you know what to do at least via arcade policy. Just give us some replacement tokens from my own stash. I'll take the heat, no problem. I mean, it's going to be impossible to find. He's going to be playing Moopy, and he's going to go, why can't you deal with this yourself? So, fuck it. I can do this on my own. I'm the floor attendant, aren't I? And I say the fastest solution is just compass and tokens. I don't like letting the ticket thief walk, but this will stop her crying and won't really cost us much. In the end, customer happiness is more important than $3. And if Gavin doesn't like it, too bad, this is my decision. In fact, tell you what, kiddo. I'll replace your missing tokens so you can win the tickets back, and I'll show you Ari's secret skee ball techniques. Really? Really?
Yay!
I can get in the 100 and keep missing it ends up in the 10. Memories of past arcade visit came flooding back because I was in that same situation once. I remember going to arcades with my family before things started going wrong. I remember... Okay, here's the trick. It's my super secret technique, so don't tell anyone. Shh. Okay. If I miss, just say I meant to do that. You've got to give it your all, swing for the fences. Aim for 30 every time right down the centre. Celebrate your victories and accept the misses. Become one with the ball. I feel like that is more of a tip. You shouldn't try to get the 100-point hole. It's the best one. But if you miss it more often than you hit it, you're really only getting 10. The trick is to always go right down the middle, aiming for 30. That way, if you're a little off, you still get the 40. Too hard? Sorry. You still get the 20. Too hard? 40 is good. You get 20 to 40 often enough, you'll be doing better than going for 50 every time. Give it a try. She seems a bit unsure, but drops the coin in anyway to try it out. She winds up a throw and aims carefully down the middle, landing squarely in the 40-point hole with a little jingle of delight from the machine. Oh my god! OMG indeed. I think you've got it. Keep playing like that and you'll be just fine.
Thank you.
Thanks lots and lots. The girl actually hugs me. Well, hugs my leg anyway. I best leave her to her game. My work here is done. Ari away. I mean, she's 5. What she's going to take out of that is that, you know, nice lady helped her, nice employee lady helped her, and gave her a tip. And she'll win more tickets, and then she can get a prize. 2 problems in the can. Now to deal with that cupcake problem. Too late. The vintage Midway cabinet. Naomi just finished fixing up. It's covered in icing. Well, like right there, why didn't they fix it? Looks like Ashley's costume is going to need dry cleaning too. Shoot them a helpless look and a shrug. Oh well. Hey, Ari. Kinda wish it was pink icing, then no one would notice. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I wasn't quick enough. You still helped out. I saw you with those other kids. You're a natural. I think things are winding down anyway. Why not take a break? And then I'll swap up with you and take a break myself afterwards. Yeah, okay, sounds good. Honestly, I'm kind of worn out. Ashley's right. I need to step away from the craziness, if only for a few minutes. After a silent nod from Gavin to confirm it's cool with him, I slip away, headed for the employee lounge. What a day. Quirky co-workers, die-hard pro gamers, volatile kids, getting into volatile situations. I'd say it's a recipe for wackiness or some such cliche, but nothing's an easily dismissed cliche when it's happening to you directly. Frankly, I'm exhausted. I drop down into one of the cheap folding metal chairs in the employee break room, groaning and rolling my head back to try and work the kinks out of my sore shoulders. Oh, I feel that. And spot an upside down kid. Huh? Oh wait, I'm the one leaning backwards. Sits up and turn around instead. Ah, that's better. Wait, what's a kid doing back here? Hey, I think he was hoping I wouldn't notice him. Hi. Hi, and you are? Mikey. Okay, that's a start. Hi, Mikey. My name's Ari. So what are you doing back here? It's an employees only area. Wait, there's a keypad. How'd you get in? Guy at the desk dropped this. Oh my god. Stop making up shit. He holds out a piece of paper with a door code written on it. Score 1 for Ashley's wild storytelling being more fact than fiction. Okay, but you can't stay back here. Well, I don't see any knives or stabbing implements left out in the open, so I guess it's technically safe.
Please don't send me back out there.
Well, this is curious. I lean in so we can on the same eye level. Something wrong? You can tell me. I work here. I'm one of the persons that solves problems.
No problems. Just don't want to go out there.
Do you want to play with your friends? And he gives me the most cynical, bitter laugh I've ever heard out of a kindergartner.
I don't got any friends. I don't know anybody here.
Oh, poor Mikey.
My family just moved to the city. And before that, we lived in another city. And one more for that, but I was too little to remember.
I mean, you're 5, so that's a lot of moving.
Mom told me to come to the party anyway, and I didn't want to, but she took me anyway. And then she left because she's got to work.
Babysitter, great. New kid in town. He nods mutely. Still, I should have busted him there and then brought him back out to the party where the other parents could supervise him. Should have told Gavin. I should have enforced the rules of the arcade. Okay, kid. I won't tell on you. You want to stay back here for the rest of the party? I'll keep you company. Thanks. You really won't tell my mum? Nope. Why? I thought you'd make me want to go. You're an adult like mum. Hey, I wasn't always an adult. I was a kid once. The new kid in town, in fact. You were the new kid? Yeah, although for me that started happening back when I was 10. Again and again, moving from town to town, school to school, never really making any friends, not for years. Mum and Dad kept losing jobs and taking new ones, worse ones. They'd be working all day long, too tired, when they came home to do much of anything. After years and years of this, I started hoping things would get better. I decided I'd just take what I could get. I'll go with the flow. What does that mean? It means you don't care. Some things are good, some things are bad, but you don't care. You just do what you have to. You're not really being sad over it.
But that sounds so sad. You weren't sad? It's sad to never care about anything, right?
I guess I was sad. I told myself I wasn't going to be sad, even though it was. And then I bit my tongue hard, because my Little involuntary trip down memory lane was not helping this kid out. Wouldn't have helped little Ari out if an adult did this for me. So instead, I decided to be the adult that little Ari would have needed. Oh my gosh, that's literally what I always say to my mum. Could be worse, aliens could attack. It won't always be this bad, life has ups and downs. Your mummy loves you, that's why she works hard. But this won't beat you, right? You're a tough kid. You take the time you need, I'll stay with you. Don't know. I'm gonna leave the choices up on screen, and I'll be right back. Back. Okay, so... Oh, it just sounds like platitudes. I don't like that option. That's... Yeah. I'm just gonna go with you. Take the time you need, I'll stay with you. You know what helps me when I'm sad? Peace and quiet. That's why you came back here, right? All the beeps and the boops, the kids laughing, all the craziness is too much. But that's okay. If you need a quiet moment, I'll be right here with you. I mean, aliens is always a good option, but with me, I tend to not pick the humour one because humour always lands flat, if it even lands. Okay. We sat there in silence for a time. I flipped through my phone, but only half-heartedly. We're ready if he wants to talk. For a few minutes he's okay with tugging at his shoelaces and looking at the floor. I didn't know what to do. Everyone's having fun, I don't know how. Did I have to make friends and have fun? I can't even try, I just mess it up. It's tricky, that's for sure. But there's a good thing about going with the flow too. It's not always sad. Think of it... Okay, imagine a cup of water. Huh? Cup of water? What happens when you pour it into the bowl? Is the water still shaped like a cup? Silly, it's bowl-shaped. Exactly. People can be like water too. You know how to be quiet and peaceful. Now you just need to know how to flow. Watch the kids out there. Watch who they talk to. Listen to what they talk about. When you hear something you can talk about, when it looks like they want to talk but have no one to talk to, that's when you can have some fun. I promise you, some of the kids out there is just as sad. They want to have fun and don't know how. You could be the friend they need. And Mikey's smiling. Big goofy grin, not the high of happiness, just simple understanding. Okay. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go back to the pub. And I'll be a cup of water. And take his hand to lead him back out to the main room. And off he goes. Not fooling myself. I know I haven't fixed all of Mikey's problems. I'm no child psychologist. It's entirely me flying by the seat of my pants. But for one moment there, I was able to help someone in the same crappy situation I found myself in long ago. 15 years ago. Okay, so we're 25. Everything changed. No more family vacations, no more arcade visits, we couldn't afford them. And they couldn't take time off work. The whole Cada family had to learn to settle. To accept the lot in life we've been dealt. To simply go with the flow. Never hoping, never wanting. Juniper did her best to pull me out of that mire. I'd only known her a few years, one of the few stable times in my life. But she knew the edge I'd been pushed to. Now here I am. Today has been, well, bonkers. Alternating boring and hectic, surreal and way too real. But I can honestly say I'm more alive today than I have ever been in a very long time.
Beep beep.
Beep beep, Ari. My emotional voice analysis subroutines combined with your body language suggest you're very happy right now. Yeah, guess I am. How did you know? I just told you, silly. I mean, how did you know I love this job so much?
Oh, I know.
I didn't. What? I lied, I was 47% sure. Oh, it has elements that seem to click with your optimal social requirements, a fun atmosphere, spirited co-workers, helping people out and so on. So I cross-referenced your roommate's postings talking about how much you enjoyed arcade visits when you were a kid. Still, 47%.
99.97%.
But I was 99.97% sure that if I said I was 99.97% sure, you'd be willing to give it a try. Another thing to thank Juniper for, I guess. A word lap, you know.
Hooray!
I tried to be. I invested in this. I don't know where it's going, but we will find out. From the cars pulling up in the parking lot, it looks like the party's over. It's just about closing time for the arcade anyway. Most of the gamers have filed out by now if they hadn't already fled the tidal wave of kiddies. My first impulse is to go bug Gavin about my paperwork, but that can wait. I'd rather go help someone with the tidying up, or maybe see how our VIP gamers are doing. Not enough time to run around checking with everyone though. Who do I want to hang out with? Gavin's at his tablet, frowning. I guess I'll go right to him. Ashley's quietly repairing her costume. Maybe she could use some company. Yomi's prying gum out of a coin slot and looks about ready to go home. Looks about ready to cry. Queen Bee's packing up a gear ready to go home. Tio's calling down some fast cars before the day's through. And Percy's finally finished his Moopy game and is ready to leave. Alright, I'm going to Naomi. Simple as that. She's ready to cry. Naomi definitely looks like she could use a hand. Someone's jammed bright pink bubble gum into a coin slot and she's trying to clear the sticky mess out. How could they do this? How could they do this to a poor little innocent cupid? Hey, you need a hand? Oh, thank goodness. Yes, work on the second player slot for me. I've got swabs and stuff in my kit there. Grab what you need.
So frustrating.
Honestly. The nerve of those kids. No respect at all for these games. Games aren't like chew-proof, machine-washable baby toys. Delicate and deserve love and care. They are toys, right? Yeah, I mean, of course, just they're also works of art. I know not everyone sees it that way. Back in the 80s, operators would just throw away games that didn't perform well anymore. In the end, an arcade has to make money. That means using and abusing a game until it's time to put it out to pasture. But I don't have to like it, right? How long does a game last realistically? The kids had a lot of fun. No, definitely not. Stand up for game rights. Of course not. You love these games. You shouldn't just let them be abused, even if they do have to make money. Next time you see some kid smacking a game around, stuffing gum in the slot, whatever, you let me know. I'll deal with them. Sorry, it's good to know someone's got my back. Yay! I mean, that pretty much just sums up me. Still, I need to be realistic, right? I know this isn't a museum. We aren't preserving priceless treasures for generations to come. Sometimes I treat it like my little private collection, but I really do want people to play and enjoy these games. And that does wear them down in time. As long as I'm here, I'll pick up a game when it wobbles on its feet, dust it off, straighten it up, and send it back out there to be played with over again. The last of the gum pulled out the slot. Naomi closes up her toolbox. She'd probably pull the coin mechs entirely and give him a good cleaning tomorrow, but I didn't want to get the gum sit overnight. I'm heading home soon. See you tomorrow, right? You got it, Naomi.
Woohoo!
Great. And she gives me a big hug before bounding off to her workshop. With things winding down, there's just one last thing to take care of before I'm out the door. I seek out Gavin to handle the remains of the day. Alright. Good work today. It's boss. Mid-boss? Sub-boss? Gavin will do. I can't say you've been a perfect employee, but my standards are impossibly high, so I'll just assume you were close to perfect as is reasonable. I noticed you gave with that girl with the stolen tickets free tokens. I'll stand by that decision. Fiscally, it's risky, but she had a great time replacing her tickets and likely will return to the arcade, so we'll call it break-even at worst. Normally, I dealt with angry parents myself, but I was distracted. I've only second-hand accounts of your performance there, but allowing Queen Bee to yell at the customers is questionable at best. She's volatile. I'd rather you've handed on that one on your own, all told. I mean, yeah. I thought she was going to tell me what happened, not yell at the mum. But I feel like that was a very bad Karen, so we weren't going to win there either way. I'm pleased to say the sale of Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze for full $3,000 will indirectly offset quite a few of those costs. I'm glad you consulted me on that and stuck to your guns on the pricing. Even if I'd be happy to rid of that relic entirely, yeah, Naomi wouldn't have been there. Why it's still here is a good question. Was I not clear I wanted it gone? Percy didn't want to break up the family. They're machines, not people. He also didn't want Naomi to be sad. Well, yes, Naomi needs to learn to let go, I'd say. Ham? Are you giving up? Oh god, I can't do the voice. Shit. Are you giving up or... No, why do we sound like a freaking fae? I had it perfectly earlier. Are you giving our poor little Ari a hard time, Kevin dear? Miss Francine, I thought you were napping.
Let's be sensible.
Naomi's dream matters too, as does the dream of Percy, that poor fellow. Or isn't Percy stinking rich?
Everyone has a dream they're chasing.
Gavin, I know you mean well, wanting to keep everyone's dreams afloat. Sacrifices made in that name which shatters the dreams of others, well, not what the Funplex is all about. Ari, you understand, yes, the reason why? Why I'm here? That's the question she asked me during that interview. Now I think I understand. I came here today looking for hope. Hope I could do more with my life than compromise and settle for what I can get and go with the flow. Everyone I've met today is full of hope. Gamers chasing scores, people following their passions. Nobody here is willing to give up their dreams. Not even you, Gavin. You know we're better than this, Gavin. We don't settle. We chase after our hopes and dreams and won't accept anything less. I see.
Apologies.
It's difficult to balance my idealism against my realism some days, but I know in my heart I need to err on the side of idealism even if my mind screams in protest. I can assume you are still keen to work here, Ari? I don't even hesitate before replying. Absolutely. Gavin fetches a nearby short stack of forms. Fill these out tonight, hand them to me first thing in the morning. And welcome to the Funplex. Welcome to the family, I'd say. Sure you'll fit in just fine, Ari. I really did have the voice going down the first time, but I'd lost it. I'm not a mimic with voices. I'm a chameleon. And sometimes I just can't fit the voice background. But yeah. Anyway, one bus ride later and it's home again, jiggity dig. Juniper, already home from work, bounds over eagerly to interrogate me on my day.
Hey,
So how'd it go? It went well. Well or well? Really well. Your little app came through, but despite being terrifyingly omniscient and just a little bit unnerving. You forgot to mention adorable. That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear things worked out. Came home with a smile like when you were a lifeguard. I guess I am smiling. Interesting.
By the way,
There's just
one teensy-weensy little question I have for you. Why exactly did you order a giant crate full of pizza bagels?
We didn't. Did I neglect to mention that part of the terms and conditions? On the plus side, I know what I'm having for lunch tomorrow. Action. Save. You save. Okay. And that's level 1 of Arcade Spirits complete. Hey, look, you also won a prize. Get one of these for each level you clear, plus some extras for various endings and other hidden thingies. Now let's see your score. Looks like you're really hitting it off with Naomi. You're a pretty basic person so far, not bad. And you've also scored 5,350 points. Nice! Keep talking with people and your score will go up, up, up. Today's pizza fact is, Americans eat approximately 100 acres of pizza each day, or 350 slices per second. Wow! Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 2? Save the game. I just want to see what it does first. Oh, okay. We get the credits again? Level 2, Chasing Ghosts. I just want to see what it is, but we are going to be finishing here. Because that was a nice end. Doing the first chapter. And my casserole is going to be dinging at me soon. So it's just going to do a summary. Okay. Right, okay. Return to title. Let's have a look what prize we won. Funplex render. Interesting. I thought it was empty because it looked empty, but obviously it didn't have the thing in. So yeah, so these are basically the levels. Kill screen. Interesting. New Game Plus. And then these are, yeah, but these are basically the achievements, looking at them. So, hint, use the magic sword. Interesting. So yeah, we got our first achievement. I have to see what this documentary is. Hello, hello. You may be asking yourself, wait, what the heck did I just click on? Is this part of the game? No, this is a little something extra we threw in simply for fun. Today, I'd like to teach you about home arcade cabinets, sometimes called a main cabinet, named after the arcade emulation system software that's commonly used for them. These let you play arcade classics at home on a real arcade machine. In this interactive documentary, I'll walk you through the basics of what a home arcade cabinet is and how you can make one, or buy one, or whatever. But this is just an overview, a basic introduction, not a step-by-step guide. None of the companies mentioned are considered official endorsements or sponsorship. They're just resources we've come across in our own hobby work. We're not being paid for this. Still, we think once you learn more about these magical wonder boxes of arcade delight, you'll be eager to learn more. To start, pick a chapter, but probably you'll want to start at, part 1. Okay, cool. I mean, that's cute. But no, I don't want to know all about that today. Right, ending soon. And my bot is buggered off. Fun. Okay. Ooh, Dopey's playing Call of the Sea. How long has he been there? Oh, there we go. Why am I still in emote only chat? That was weird. I don't think my thing had... Oh well. Did that get enabled, or was that just my Tiki box was cached? I thought Sarah had disabled stuff. Anyway, not the point. Yes, Dopey's playing Call of the Sea. How long's he been going? 24 minutes. Let's go with Dopey for a change. We haven't done that for a while. I like Call of the Sea. So raid. No, that's not what I meant to do, but yeah, raid. Okay, so feel free to copy a raid message. Is anyone actually here? We don't know. But yes, thank you very much for being here today. Welcome to anyone new. If you're not following, I do more like this. Feel free to drop me a follow. Yeah, I'll be back Tuesday with Down in Bermuda, which is a cute little puzzly game. Hopefully co-streaming with Jesse, but he may be busy, so we'll have to see. And then on... Sorry, exit out of this game, the music's loud. And then on Wednesday, not Tuesday or Thursday, Wednesday the 25th, I am playing Arcade Spirits 2, which is called The New Challenges. So I think it's like it's a standalone. So I don't need to have finished this one that I've just played. But like if you import your game, you get returning characters, and it's about a esports pro team, something or other. Anyway, we're heading off to Dopey. I'll catch you later. I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. Thanks so much for being here.